Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very
much. Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Circus act. Devin is a real fighter, and you showed no respect. You're full of shit.
Me?
You're full of shit. And I hope that this is what you guys wanted to do. It's a circus act. Devin is a real fighter, and you showed no respect up there. You showed no respect for what he's done for boxing. He's a 2-division champion and undisputed champion, and you're a piece of shit.
That's not kind of you to say.
Well, I mean, I'm just telling you the truth.
Well, why are the fans booing him then?
Well, I mean, that's because a part of it. We are in L.A. This is a great boxing market, right? But it's made up predominantly of Hispanic fans that cheer for Ryan Garcia, and that's quite all right.
Well, it's okay. It's okay to be the bad guy.
But listen, and it's okay to be the bad guy, but it's not good for you to be the piece of shit that you are.
Well, explain what you mean by that.
Well,
what did I do specifically?
Well, you didn't describe him for who he was.
Michael Buffer introduced him.
No, but you on the stage, you painted Ryan Garcia as if he's won something. He's a PED drug chief. You never said that that's really.
I did. I asked your son specifically if the punishment fit the crime. I asked your son that specifically, and he said he was at peace at it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the punishment is one thing, but how you describe what that fighter is and what he is, you didn't do.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I have the most respect for your son. I think he's amazing at it.
I don't think that you do. I think that you are political, right? You did just what you wanted to do, and you got it off. I mean, and that's what this promotion has been about. But number 9.
But we're trying to sell a fight here. You know this, right?
Well, you sell it right.
All right, here's your chance to sell it.
Right. You sell it right. March 2nd, Devin will come in, and he's going to be what he's going to be a better version of Devin Haney, just like you said.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, welcome to another episode, another edition of Roll the Tape podcast with Manager Marty. I'm your host, Manager Marty. We need answers. Come on in. Come on in, y'all. Come on. Yeah. Come on in to the family barbecue. Come on in. We got to talk about it now. Don't worry about it. I'm going to clear all this up. I promise you. Come on in. Come on in. Grab a plate on your way in, though. Oh, it's very beautiful outside. The weather is gorgeous outside. The weather is gorgeous. Come on in. You can leave the door open is what I'm trying to tell you. Let the air in. Let some air in. Come on and grab a plate. Please grab a plate. You can grab 2 plates today. Yeah, today's Friday. Today is Friday. Grab 2 plates if you want seconds. But grab a plate it's okay. Come on in. I welcome you in my house. That's why I keep saying come on in. We family. Come on in. Grab a plate. I have some food I want to serve you. Some food for thought. Okay? I welcome each and every last one of you that's joining me live and live in color. Those of you that are part of the Roll the Tape film crew family, of course, you know I welcome you, but there might be members that are not a part of this family that's here. We may have some spies here, some detractors here, some haters here. I welcome you as well. If you're watching the replay of this live, I equally welcome you, and you can leave comments in the comment section below. I love to hear your feedback on this particular topic. It's Friday, y'all. Come on in. The air fryer has to be at 500 degrees. We didn't get an opportunity to get it at 500 degrees the last time we all were together as a family a few days ago. So hopefully today we can get the support that we need. When I say 500 degrees, I base that on the amount of monetary and financial support that we receive on this live broadcast for this channel so that the content and the quality can enhance and be improved. And speaking of enhance, we're going to talk about some enhancements today. But performance enhancements when I say enhancements today. Yeah, so all of your contributions and support are greatly appreciated through the Cash App, through the Super Thanks if you're watching a replay of this live, and even live right here. Your super stickers, your super chats, your membership. I appreciate it all the while. Okay? And we need to grow the channel. We need your support. Okay? We really need your support on the channel. So when I say the air fryer has to be at 500 degrees, the more contributions that we receive in this live broadcast, the more information that I'm going to disseminate and educate you, the more entertainment you're going to receive. And of course, the more, how can I put this? Provoking thoughts. There we go. The more provoking thoughts, okay, you're going to have the opportunity to simmer when we get off of this live in it, okay? And speaking of the air fryer, because I know it's going to get to 500 degrees, but right now in the air fryer, it started out at 300 degrees, but I promise you it's at 325 degrees because we have Todd Drakeford. She is a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. Double salute to Todd. She's always plugging the air fryer up just so it can get warmed up. Okay? Todd, thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. Todd says, let's get started. And double salute to my guy, All Things. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. He told y'all to smash the like. As the viewership is increasing exponentially, please smash the like button, y'all. You know I don't ask for much, but if you smash the like button, somebody else that you might know or might not even know, when you smash the like button, they're going to learn. I guarantee you, they're going to learn something about the business and the sport of boxing that they haven't learned or heard from nowhere else but here today. I promise you that, because I got some food for thought for you. I'm going to break some things down for you all, okay? Oh my gosh, another member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll to Tape film crew. Double salute. My God. Man, he's like an uncle to me, man. Man, I met, a lot of people don't even know this. I don't even know if Greg want me to put this out there, but man, me and Greg linked up in DC. Was it DC, Greg, or was it? Yeah, no, it was DC. Yeah, it was Washington, DC. Thought it was Baltimore. Yeah, it was DC. Yeah, a couple months ago. Yeah, yeah. Me and Mr. Greg, we linked up in person. Some other guys was with us as well. And when they get here, I'm gonna let y'all know they was with us as well. But me and Mr. Greg, man, Mr. Greg like an uncle to me. Thank you, Mr. Greg. It was in D.C., Washington, D.C., man. Man, me and Mr. Greg linked up, man. You would have thought me and Mr. Greg was real nephew and uncle, man. I bang with Mr. Greg, man. I rock with him, man. Mr. Greg been telling me for almost 2 years now, something like that, Mr. Greg, right? 1.5 years, 2 years. Man, Mr. Greg been telling me some of the things that he foreseen that was going to occur with regards to my content, taking off, going to different and greater levels on the channel, how other content creators was going to hijack my talking points, how they're going to start imitating my swag and my mannerisms. Man, Mr. Greg, you was right, man. So double salute to Mr. Greg for that, man, because he foreseen this and he prophesied that on this channel, man. And he did it right in front of me live and live in color in person through confirmation, man. So double salute to Mr. Greg. Mr. Greg says in the super chat, good afternoon, Manager Marty, to all the chat. Shout out to the spies. I hope you are recording. You need to learn. You better believe it, Mr. Greg. We hope they're recording. Oh, I hope they're recording too, because I promise you, you're going to learn something about them. I'm going to break the business of boxing down so eloquently today, and I'm going to use Mr. Bill Haney and his words that you just heard him say as a teachable moment. And double shout out to Barbara D. Hey, Barbara D, Miss Barbara, I miss you, Miss Barbara, in the chat. I haven't seen you in a while in the chat or over here. Double salute to Miss Barbara D. Miss Barbara D is a member of the channel. She's a supervisor of the Road to Take film crew. And the reason I want to share this with you all, because this is as equally as important when we talk about character, right, on this channel, when we talk about integrity, right? My mother raised me the old school way. So if you ever hear me say like Mr. Greg or like Miss Barbara D, right? My mom always taught me as a little kid to always respect my elders and always use the term Mr. when I'm identifying an older male, and use the term Miss or Mrs. when I'm identifying an older woman, and always say sir and ma'am. So if you ever hear me say Mr. or Miss or Mrs. or sir or ma'am when I talk on my live, that's because my mother raised me that way, okay? So I can't just, even though it don't say Mr. Greg in the chat and Miss Barbara, I can't just call them Mr. I can't just call them Gregory or Barbara. My conscience won't even, oh my God, it's like I feel like if I even say Greg or Barbara, I feel like my mom, and my mom don't watch the channel, you know, she just see a video here and there, you know, but I feel like if I say that, it seems like my mom, and my mom lived literally like 15 miles away, 15 or less miles away from me. But I feel like if I said Gregory or Barbara, even though my mom don't be watching the live, I feel like my phone gonna ring and it's gonna say mom. And she gonna say, I heard what you said. Who you mean? What you mean, Greg? What you mean, Barbara? You better say Mr. You know how I raised you, you know, but my mom don't have to do that with me because she knows how she raised me. So I have to just say that real quick. And double salute to Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara D says in the super chat, blessings, Manager Marty, and the chat, keep cooking. Oh, Miss Barbara, I definitely have to do just what you asked me to do, and that's keep on cooking. I appreciate you to come for coming through, Miss Barbara D, and you know, always good to see you, Miss Barbara. Double salute to my cousin. He's a lifelong member. Man, he's a lifelong member of the channel, man. Man, he's lifelong, man. He's an honorary member, man. Isaiah Butler, senior. Have to say senior. Have to say senior for my cousin Isaiah. Appreciate you, man. You're never late, Zeke. Never late, cuz. You never late. Appreciate you coming out, man. Appreciate you joining us. Oh, man. All right, listen now. Let's get right on to this because we have new people that just came in. Selo Majad. I think the guy Selo Majad. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Selo. I think you was on my panel one time, all the way from South Africa. Lord have mercy. Listen, y'all. We teach the business of boxing all over the world. It's not just in the United States of America. We over in Africa. I have a fan base over in the UK. I have a fan base in Russia. I have a fan base in the Ukraine. Man, listen, I'm telling you, I can show you the algorithm. I can show you my analytics. Man, we got people from all over the world that support this channel and come over here and learn and get some entertainment too, of course. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to tell y'all right now, the air fryer is at 375 degrees. Oh, yes. And because the air fryer is at 375 degrees, you know what I have to do? I have to show my face. Yeah. I mean, I can do a whole show and just put a picture up on the screen, right? But I don't feel comfortable a lot doing that. That's why you don't usually see me. This is not a critique or knock on anyone else's channel. I'm just telling you, for me, when you come over here live and you invest your time, the most important asset that we all have, time over here live, I want to give you a great experience, right? I mean, no disrespect, but y'all, you could have you could have watched one of my old videos. You could have just watched one of the old lives if you didn't want to feel a live experience, okay? So that's why I don't leave the picture up the entire live unless I really genuinely have to. Okay? So I want you to get a live experience when you come over here. All right? That's why I just show my face. I might not be as animated today because I don't want anyone to miss it through my entertainment. I don't want anybody to miss the education I'm going to give you. I'm going to break down the business of boxing real quick, okay? We have to go back and listen to the words of Bill Haney. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna play back just some of the words. Y'all remember when he was out there in L.A. the other day, and Bill Haney said some interesting things. I'm gonna show y'all the thumbnail because we got to replay it back. I know the new audience members that just came in, y'all probably were not here right in the very beginning. So I want to replay it now, and I want y'all to hear the words of Bill Haney, okay? Because Bill Haney sounded like he was in his feelings. He was upset. All right? All right, hold on. Let me cue the tape back up. All right, these are some of the words of Bill Haney when he was talking to Todd Grisham. And Todd Grisham, if most of you don't know, I think most of you know at this point, but he was the MC, Master of Ceremony, for the recent press conference that Ryan Garcia was headlining the card. Of course, he will be fighting Rolly Ramirez. Devin Haney will be on the undercard. He's going to be fighting Jose Ramirez, and of course Teofimo Lopez was also in the presence, and he will also be on the undercard. He will be fighting Arnold Barboza Jr. These are some of the words that Bill. You know what? I'm doing way too much talking. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.
You're full of
Me.
You're full of and I hope that this is what you guys wanted to do. It's a circus act. Devin is a real fighter, and you showed no respect up there. You showed no respect for what he's done for boxing. He's a 2-division champion and undisputed champion, and you're a piece of
That's not kind of you to say.
Well, I mean, I'm just telling you the truth.
Why are the fans booing him then?
Well, I mean, that's because a part of it. That we are in L.A. This is a great boxing market, right? But it's made up predominantly of Hispanic fans that cheer for Ryan Garcia, and that's quite all right.
Well, it's okay. It's okay to be the bad guy.
But listen, it's okay to be the bad guy, but it's not good for you to be the piece of that you are.
Well, explain what you mean by that.
Well,
what did I do specifically?
Well, you didn't describe him for who he was.
Michael Buffer introduced him.
No, but you on the stage, you painted Ryan Garcia as if he's won something. He's a PED drug chief. You never said that. That's really.
I did. I asked your son specifically if the punishment fit the crime. I asked your son that specifically, and he said he was at peace at it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the punishment is one thing, but how you describe what that fighter is and what he is, you didn't do.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I have the most respect for your son. I think he's amazing at it.
I don't think that you. I think that you are political, right? You did just what you wanted to do, and you got it off. I mean, and that's what this promotion has been about. But number 9.
But we're trying to sell a fight here. You know this, right?
Well, you sell it right.
All right, here's your chance to sell it
right. You sell it right. March 2nd, Devin will come in, and he's going to be what he's going to be a better version of Devin Haney, just like you said.
All right, those were the words. I have to show my face. Those were the words. Those were the words of Bill Haney, right? I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be Okay, I am trying to be smart. Okay, I am trying to be controversial. I confess. When I hear Bill Haney talk, not all the time, but sometimes, like when he's just ranting, like right now, this is just a personal. I just wanted to say this. Bill Haney gives me baby mama. He gives me baby mama drama energy when I hear him. No, I'm not trying to be. Okay, I am trying to be funny. I confess. Bill Haney, when he's ranting like this, he gives me baby mama drama vibes. He does. You ever been to? Hey, I got to talk to the men here. Have you ever been to child support court with your baby mama? I'm just asking the question. You know I have to give you some entertainment live. That's what you came here for. But Bill Haney gives me baby mama drama vibes when he's ranting like this. He just does. I don't know if it's because I've really been to family court more times than Tupac been to criminal court before he died, but I'm just trying to figure out, why is Bill Haney upset? What is he upset? Why is he in his feelings? He's in his feelings. No other person at this press conference were upset that we saw publicly or heard from upset. And I mean it real, I'm talking about really upset. I know people are going to say, well, Teofimo Lopez, he slapped Barboza. I get it. I get it. That's just boxing. And nobody's really going to get hurt outside the ring behind that. I hope they don't. But typically, when boxers put their hands on each other, let me go back for a second. Shouldn't Arnold Barboza sue Teofimo Lopez for battery? I mean, he didn't hit him with it. He, meaning Teo, didn't hit Barboza with an object, because that would be what? Aggravated assault. Yeah, well, Arnold Barboza I'm just asking the question, can't he sue Teofimo Lopez? I mean, Teofimo Lopez, he literally open hand. Look, y'all, he open hand smacked Barboza a couple of days ago. I mean, couldn't Arnold Barboza file a lawsuit for battery and assault? I mean, it did happen outside of a boxing ring. That's why I'm asking. Because, Bill and Devin Haney, they filed a lawsuit against Ryan Garcia for punches landed inside of a boxing ring. So I just wanted to ask. I have another question on that. Chris Eubank Jr., right? Eubanks, didn't he smack Conor Ben? He smacked him with an egg, right? It was like open hand, but he had an egg. I don't know if that's simple assault or aggravated assault, because he did have a weapon. I mean, I don't know if an egg is a weapon, but I'm just trying to figure out, can't Conor Ben, I'm just asking, I don't know. Can't Conor Ben file a lawsuit against Chris Eubanks Jr. for battery, for assault, because he smacked him open hand? He open hand smacked him with an egg in his face. I'm just asking, can't he do this? Can he file a law? Because Bill and Devin Haney filed a lawsuit against Ryan Garcia for punches landed inside of a boxing ring during a professional bout. I just asked, and I always wanted to know that, since Teo just slapped someone and then Chris Eubank just slapped someone else last week. All right. So with that being said, right? So those were the words of Bill Haney, and he's going on a rant. I mean, no one else there was upset. I mean, of course, the security and Oscar De La Hoya, they had to pull those two men, Teo and Barboza, apart, but nobody was really upset. But Bill Haney seems like he was extremely upset. He was in his feelings. He was emotional. I really don't understand why. We're going to dissect every word that he said in just a few seconds. I want to lay a foundation, because we have people here, the viewership. You might see 3 different digits on your screen, right? But I promise you, it's not 104 people in here live. I'm going to tell you that right now. We have over 550 people watching me live right now. You're going to see, as soon as the live go off, let the numbers matriculate, and you're going to see how the viewership constantly increases exponentially here. And thank you again, Lucky, because I was about to bring that up next. But Devin Haney closed his fist, not open hand smack, not open hand, but he closed his fist and he sucker punched on, like, multiple times. A carnival, remember the young boy at the carnival? I don't know if he was an employee there or not. I know that we heard that there was an employee. I don't know if he was an employee there or not, but I know that I saw it with my own eyes. Devin Haney, he landed multiple punches, closed fist, by the way, on a guy at the carnival. Y'all remember that? I mean, that would be aggravated assault if the guy at the carnival filed a lawsuit against Devin Haney. Because a professional boxer's hands, especially when it's closed, is considered a deadly weapon, right? So I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, no one filed a lawsuit against Devin Haney when he closed fist. He sucker punched a guy at the carnival. What I'm saying is, let me back up just for 1 second, because I talked about Teofimo Lopez slapping another professional boxer. I talked about Chris Eubank slapping Conor Benn, another professional boxer. The guy at the carnival, he was just a civilian. I saw the tape. I saw it with my own eyes. He actually closed fist, punched the guy multiple times. The guy at the carnival was a civilian, so technically that civilian could have actually sued Devin Haney. I just wanted to put that out there. I just figured we all be on the same page while we're here. Okay, with that being said, right, Bill Haney's mad. I want to attack what Bill Haney said, and then we're going to play the tape again. We're going to roll the tape on the things that Bill Haney said. I'm going to dissect it. Bang, bang, bang. We're going to put it in sections. When I say bang, 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 I don't want YouTube to, when you say certain words on YouTube, they demonetize you or flag you or report. Some people report you because bang, bang, bang sounds like gun sounds. Right? But anyway, I'm going to dissect it section by section, right? And then I'm going to give you all the business of boxing. That's what you came here for. The business. I guarantee you one thing. You ain't going to find this nowhere else. That's why I'm glad you're here. Because they don't know some of your favorite content creators. And some of them probably watching me right now, live. And not saying they don't support me. Most of them probably do. But they get some of the information from over here. They won't tell you. They won't tell you. But some of them do get their information from over here. And I appreciate them. Somebody, Lucky's a moderator, so I can call him by name. Mr. Greg Quarterbomb is a moderator. I can call him by name. AJ64 is a moderator. I can call him by name. I just had a question real quick. I don't want to throw the show off real quick. All Things is a moderator. I can call him by name real quick. There's somebody named BFTB in the chat. Is that really him? I don't think it's him, me personally. But I want somebody to hurry up and check that before we continue. Is that him, Lucky? I'm just calling all my moderators, because anybody can just say BFTB. I don't know if that's him. Somebody, I'm going to put it so people won't know I'm trolling. It's in the chat. It just says BFTB. I don't know if that's really him or not. Double salute to my guy, Michael Dangerfield. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. I'm not sure if that's really BFTB for real, because he's not blocked. I don't have BFTB blocked. So I don't know if that's him or not. I mean, if it is him, I do want to give him the proper welcome that he deserves while he's here. That's why I'm asking. Can somebody fact check that, and if that's really him? If that is really you, BFTB, can you confirm in the chat if that's really you? It's fake. Oh, okay, because I've been meaning to ask BFTB a question. Oh, it's fake. All right, I'm going to put it there. Who was that? Who told me that? Omega Red. Thank you, Omega. Omega Red is a day one supporter of the channel too, y'all. Oh, it's fake. All right, I'm going to take it down. Because I've been meaning to ask BF a question. I thought that was him. Oh, that's not him, Lucky? Oh, okay. I've been meaning to ask. It's no beef. I just meaning to ask him a question real quick. Oh, okay. Who is that? Thank you, All Things. I appreciate you fact checking that. It's a burner. It's a burner account. Oh, okay. Yeah, people do all kind of stuff here, y'all. We had a guy come over here. Some of you all remember this, and I promise you we're going to get right back to the show because some of y'all at work. But there was a guy. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to give him no publicity at all. But there was a guy. He really admired me deep down in his soul, right? But he tried to come over here every time I go live. He was coming on my panel, always trying to detract me and, disagree with me and all this kind of stuff. This guy, I had to block him because he made videos about me being extremely disrespectful. But that's not why I blocked him. The real reason why I blocked him, I never talked about this publicly, but he did a video and he was like debunking some theories. But he was in a pool at nighttime. And that triggered something in me, bro. I didn't like how that grown man was actually in the pool and it was dark outside. And he was like saying, like detracting, like he was, I don't mind if people disagree with me, but you can't be in a pool as a grown man at night. And that triggered me. That really rubbed me the wrong way. So I blocked him just because of that. Yeah, I just didn't like how that looked. Like the optics in that. Like when somebody sent me the video, when I say someone sent me the video, I really mean it. You know, Blue Blood always lying, saying somebody sent him my videos, but Blue Blood be actually here live. But anyway, somebody sent me the video. And I was watching, and I couldn't really hear what he was saying because I just was looking at a grown man in a pool, like literally in a pool, and it was dark outside, and he was saying all this. He was licking his lips, and he was like disagreeing with me, and I blocked him. I just on top of all of that. But I said all of that to say that because he was blocked and he admires me deep down in his soul, his pride won't let him be honest and say he respect me. But he came over here and disguised himself with a makeshift mask. You remember that, Mr. Greg? Lucky McKinnell's was here too. And he wore a fake shift mask. He had on I don't know if they were gloves, but he had fake hands. And he had on these glasses, made him look like an older man, like a guy in his 70s. He really almost had me. He really almost tricked me. Like, seriously, I almost thought it was an older man. The way he was talking, he disguised his voice, all kind of stuff. So I said all that to say we have people that get burner channels. They'll make up someone else's name, and then they come on over here. Instead of just having heart to just come on over here and just talk to me, I will put the link in the chat if you need it. But I'm just saying we have all type of people, you know, that want to come over here, but they hide in the background. They don't want to click the link and come talk to me. And I get it, you know? So back to my point, Bill Haney, he said something. We're going to dissect some of his words. But the first thing, and I have to put this back on the screen so you all can understand why I said the race card. So Bill Haney felt some type of way. I was trying to find the audio so I can play it for those of you that did not hear it. But Bill Haney said at that same press conference, he was in interviews with, I don't even know who the person was, another journalist maybe or interviewer. And he was basically on a rant. And he basically talked about how because he wasn't allowed to go onto the stage and sit next to his son, Devin Haney, there was a conspiracy against him because he's a black father. And he didn't say anyone's names, but he said they are always trying to separate the black man from his children. Try to separate the black father, you know, from their sons in boxing. So he actually went on a rant about that. You know, he used the fact that he was a black father and the reason why he wasn't allowed to go up on that stage and sit next to his son, who, by the way, is 28 years old. He said it was because it was a conspiracy against a black father. And I have to show my face to say this, but Bill Haney played the race card. Yeah, I said it. I know some people gonna get upset with that, but that's okay. By the time this live broadcast go off, you're gonna understand where I'm coming from because you're gonna learn the business of boxing. I'm gonna break it down for you real quick. But Bill Haney, he basically pulled the race card. I mean, the reason why I say this is because if you go back and look at that press conference in Los Angeles, right? And this is a fact, this is not an opinion. Teofimo Lopez, his father usually go up there. I'm talking about senior, right? He usually go up there. And he's usually at the press conferences sitting next to his son. But in LA at the press conference that Bill Haney was at, I mean, I didn't see it. If somebody else seen it, maybe somebody can email me the picture or the video. But Teofimo Lopez's dad wasn't up there either. And Teofimo Lopez's father is always up there with him at press conferences. So I don't know if it was a conspiracy against him as well, because he's not black, and neither is Teofimo. And speaking of Teofimo and black in the same sentence, we know that Teofimo Lopez, I don't know if he's trolling or if he's really a racist, but we know he's always saying certain things to trigger black people, okay? Using terms like watermelon, banana, you know, little stuff. Y'all have heard what he said. I don't want to give no credence to that. But I'm just trying to figure out, why was Bill Haney playing the race card? Because if you really want to talk about the race card, that's why I want to drive this point home real quick. I haven't seen, and somebody can fact check me and correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen Turkey Al-Sheikh, I'm going to put his face up on the screen so y'all know who I'm talking about. Turkey Al-Sheikh. I haven't seen Turkey Al-Sheikh in the Riyadh season cards and events that he supposedly, allegedly, is the promoter of. I haven't seen him promote the Riyadh season cards where the black man or the black woman is headlining as the main event in Saudi Arabia. Let me be a little bit more specific when I say the black man or black woman. The black man and the black woman from America. I want to really condense it so we all can be on the same page. I haven't seen it. So Bill Haney and Devin Haney ran over to Turkey Al-Sheikh. You know they did. They ran to Turkey. They couldn't do business anymore with Eddie Hearn. They couldn't do business anymore with top-ranking Bob Arum. Let me stop there because I know somebody might ask me, well, Manager Marty, why would you say that? Well, we've heard interviews where Devin Haney spoke out against Eddie Hearn. In fact, they saw each other in person a few months back, post Ryan Garcia fight. And they actually exchanged some words because Eddie Hearn made some comments and statements when he was asked a question on the purse bid. Y'all remember that? A lot of people forgot that over the summer, last summer of 2024, when Eddie Hearn said, and I can play the tape. If you challenge me, you know I'll find it and roll the tape. You don't believe. Eddie Hearn said, look, I'm not interested in losing $1 million in a purse bid because Devin Haney is not a big ticket seller. He don't do big numbers on pay-per-view. So I don't want to lose money by going into a purse bid when Devin Haney is not a big ticket item. He's not a big seller. Y'all remember that? So because of that, that rubbed Bill Haney the wrong way as well, of course. And then he came out with his video ranting against Eddie Hearn. So it's unlikely that they would have done business again with Eddie Hearn after this Ryan Garcia fight. It's unlikely that they would go back and do business with Bob Arum because Bob Arum and Top Rank still have a contractual obligation and vice versa with the de facto promoter, the ESPN brand. And according to what Bill Haney said in multiple interviews, including the one he conducted with Knockout Boxing 86 TV, shout out to Knockout Boxing 86 TV for that interview that he had with Bill Haney a couple months back as well, post-fight Ryan Garcia. Bill Haney said that these promoters, including Top Rank and ESPN, they're in collusion for misrepresenting the actual pay-per-view numbers for fighters and including his son. In other words, is they cooking the books. They're making fighters believe that they did not meet the certain contractual threshold to justify paying these fighters according to the language in their contract. So it's unlikely that Bill Haney and Devin would have done business with Bob Arum. I just wanted to be clear on why I said they couldn't do business with those two. Well, we know that after the Ryan Garcia fight, post-fight Ryan Garcia, right? It was unlikely that Bill and Devin Haney would have done any more business with Oscar De La Hoya since his name had been dragged through the mud publicly by the Haneys. And of course, his name and his company, Golden Boy Promotions, is listed in the lawsuit that was filed by Bill and Devin Haney. And we know for sure, not for sure, because I'm from the East Coast, y'all. So I have to make an appeal to my down south audience. For sure. We know for sure that Devin and Bill Haney was not going to do business with PBC and Al Heyman and TGB Promotions. We know that. So my point in bringing up Turkey is that Bill Haney and Devin ran to Turkey, Al-Sheikh. Their back was against the wall after this loss against Ryan Garcia, and we all know it. There was no one else that they can go to receive a handout with their business model. I have to show my face when I talk about the business model. I'm laying a foundation. We're going to get somewhere. I'm gonna break down the business in this. We know what the business model is of the Haneys. This is not hate. I'm not hating. I have no reason to hate on anyone. But we have to be honest and tell the truth and shame the devil and talk facts when you come see me. That's all I want to talk. But the deal is this. The business model of the Haneys is very simple. Very, very simple, y'all. It's very simple. Compete in the ring against lower level opposition, right? Who, by the way, is older in age, particularly in their 30s. Opponents, I'm talking about opponents, lower level opposition, talking about the opponents who are in their 30s. That means their age is higher than Devin Haney's age. And their weight is naturally lower than Devin Haney's. Y'all see the business model? I'm talking about the career of Devin Haney with his ascension in boxing as a professional. Y'all see that, right? Don't get mad at me. I'm just telling y'all the facts. Let me say it again for the people in the back. The business model of the Haneys is very simple. Devin Haney competes in the ring against lower level opposition who has an age of 30 years old plus and who are lower in weight naturally than Devin Haney. That's the business model of the Haneys. Apparently, Turkey Al-Sheikh was able to accommodate their business model. You don't believe me? Okay. Isn't Jose Ramirez 30 plus years of age? Yes. Isn't Jose Ramirez a natural lower weight than Devin Haney? I mean, some people might say they don't know, but don't forget, Ramirez fought in his last fight at a lower, meaning when I say lower, I mean a lower weight class than Devin Haney, right? Jose Ramirez, you know that, right? Lower in weight. Go look at box rec if you don't believe. Lower weight than Devin. Okay. Didn't Ramirez just come off of a loss in his last fight? Now, somebody told me, I told y'all before, we're not going to go by this adage in boxing anymore on this channel. But the old adage, and this is what somebody told me, you're only as good as your last fight. I don't agree with that concept. But that's okay. We'll use that in this particular circumstance. So Jose Ramirez, in his last fight, he lost. In Devin Haney's last fight, he also lost, but yet on his record is not considered a loss because the New York State Athletic Commission overturned the decision to a no contest because Ryan Garcia failed to mention that he was taking supplements in his. I'm going to leave it alone because people are still saying he's a drug cheat. You just heard Bill Haney say it. So drug cheat, PED user, drug cheat, cheat, right? Okay. Right. That's the business model. We know for a fact that Jose Ramirez is not on the skill level of a Ryan Garcia or a Tank Davis or a Lamont Roach. We know that. We do know that. When you compare skill for skill between Jose Ramirez and Devin Haney, we know that Devin Haney is more superior in skill than Ramirez. We know that, don't we? You know boxing, don't you? That's why you're here, because you know boxing. Some of you don't know boxing, and some of your favorite content creators, unfortunately, don't know boxing either. And they've been on here years longer than me. No names, no blame. I just figured out I just figured that out like recently, like when I listened to certain people. Anyway, check this out. So we know that. That's the business model of the Haneys. Okay, now that we agreed to that fact, okay, Turkey Al-Sheikh was able to accommodate that business model. Because I have a question on that. If that wasn't the business model, then why are we talking about Devin Haney fighting Jose Ramirez? I thought that Jose Ramirez lost in his last fight, and I thought that when a fighter loses a fight or the fight ends in controversy, I'm just telling you what I thought. You know, I've been around the sport of boxing and the business for a very long time. I thought you're supposed to get an immediate rematch to get your get back. I thought in the beginning, of course, Devin Haney said that he wanted a rematch with Ryan Garcia. Then after the test results, he changed his mind and said he don't want a rematch with Ryan Garcia. But now, for the past few months, he's been actually saying that he wanted the rematch with Ryan Garcia. I'm talking about the business model now. I'm laying the foundation. Stay with me now. So I'm trying to figure out, why isn't Ryan Garcia fighting Devin Haney right now in May? Why is Ryan Garcia fighting Rolly Ramirez, a fight that none of you asked for, a fight that I didn't ask for, a fight that none of the boxing fans asked for, a fight that Devin and Ryan never even asked for? I know that Ryan Garcia was supposed to fight Isaac Cruz. We already know that already. We get that. But you know, Isaac Cruz already fought. Remember? Remember he fought just a month ago? Y'all remember that, right? Oh, okay. But I'm trying to figure out, why is Devin Haney fighting Jose Ramirez? I mean, shouldn't these guys be fighting each other right now? Because Ryan Garcia's suspension will expire and be lifted in April of this year, which is why he's able to compete professionally in the ring in the country of the United States on May 2nd. So I'm just trying to figure out, why isn't Ryan Garcia fighting Devin Haney in an immediate rematch? I mean, I've heard people for the last 2 weeks talk about how much an immediate rematch should take place between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach. So then why isn't it an immediate rematch between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia? I mean, I have my reasons. You ready for them? Good, because I'm going to give you what you came here for, which is the truth. I believe that it doesn't fit the business model of the Haneys. Because Devin Haney took a beating in that ring. Now, it is yet remain to be seen whether he got beat up or beat down. But Devin Haney took some punishment in that ring, okay? And so the bottom line is, I believe that because Devin Haney took that punishment in that ring, his boxing manager, the 2023 boxing manager of the year, his father and quote-unquote trainer Bill Haney, told them, I think him and Devin agreed, no, we're not taking the fight with Ryan Garcia next. We need a tune-up. Now, I can play the tape if y'all don't believe. I still have it saved in my phone. Where Devin Haney was in the UK. Y'all remember that? The day before the Ring magazine ceremony? And he said he don't want to fight any tune-ups. This is before they announced that he was going to fight Jose Ramirez. It doesn't fit the business model. We know that Devin Haney has the potential and the skill set to basically outbox and beat Jose Ramirez. But what happened to immediate rematches in boxing? I mean, y'all want Lamont Roach and Tank Davis to fight in a rematch. I've heard some of you, even in my comments section, under some of my videos, say Lamont Roach won and he got robbed. Tank Davis lost, right? And we're going to talk about that tomorrow. I'm going to drop a video on that tomorrow about that. And what Paulie said. I got to ask Paulie Malignaggi some questions about that. About Tank Davis. But anyway, I'm just trying to figure out, why isn't there a rematch immediately taking place between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney? Because it doesn't fit the business model. The Haneys are not confident. Don't get mad at me. I'm just telling you how the business of boxing works. They're not confident that they can beat Ryan Garcia. I mean, who's Devin Haney's trainer anyway? Please don't say Bill Haney, because none of you can show me on YouTube or any other footage for the last 5 years where Bill Haney was strategizing with Devin, where Bill Haney was holding the focus mitts for Devin, where Bill Haney was watching footage and tape on the opponent with his son, Devin Haney. You know, these are things that trainers do, right? Because in the fight that we saw with Ryan Garcia, the trainer, Bill Haney, didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to navigate his son through the adversity. Devin Haney made no adjustments in that fight. So don't get mad at us. See, I say what there's, I realize something about me. That's what makes me so controversial. I say what they are scared to say publicly. I know that. I get it. But all I'm saying is this, right? Bill Haney is the manager of the year. I'm going to break down the business of boxing right now for y'all. Manager of the year, right? 2023. Why is Devin Haney fighting on the undercard? I'm just asking, these are questions I want to ask. Why is Devin Haney? Okay, get it. I get it. Y'all say he need a tune-up. I get it. Why is he fighting on the undercard? Let me take the question a little bit farther. Why is he fighting on the undercard in the state of New York? That's the same athletic commission that sanctioned the bout between him and Ryan Garcia. I'm gonna take the question another step further. Why is Devin Haney fighting on the undercard in the state of New York of a guy who allegedly cheated him and Ryan Garcia, who's the main event? Can someone answer that question for me? As a licensed boxing manager in multiple states in the country of the United States of America, I'm just trying to figure out, how is this possible when you have representation? Ryan Garcia allegedly cheated Devin Haney. They fought in the state of New York. The New York State Athletic Commission overturned the decision to a no contest, but Devin Haney is fighting on the undercard in the same state of New York against lower level opposition, a guy who's in his 30s, a guy who's much smaller than him naturally in weight, on the undercard of a guy who allegedly cheated him and Ryan Garcia. I don't understand that business model. I'm just asking a question. Y'all know I don't want to be too animated today. I don't get it. Double salute. Another super chat. And guess what? The air fryer is at 400 degrees. We need more contributions and support so that the air fryer can get to 500 degrees before I let you go. Double salute to Gerald Sims. Gerald says in the super chat, Bill Haney, LOL. I mean, that's a good answer. I'm just trying to figure out, he's the 2023 manager of the year. I mean, don't get mad at me. These are the accolades that Bill Haney wanted people to acknowledge. There's some other accolades that he wants people to acknowledge about his son. Remember, I just played y'all the tape. That's why I'm asking these questions. Okay? Because Blue Blood Sports TV, and I don't want to bring Blueberry in this because he's scared to come up here too. We know he's scared to come talk to me because this is not about him, but I know he's one of those channels that support the Haneys. You know, he create and perpetuate and promote narratives that don't make no sense at all when it comes to the Haneys. So I know, and y'all heard me play this when I did the live against him the other day. He said that Devin Haney is making $3 million plus in this fight against Jose Ramirez on the undercard. He didn't come with no evidence. He didn't present any proof. It's just words and hearsay. I'm just trying to figure out, how is this possible? Now, I'm going to take the question another step farther. How is it that Devin Haney is fighting on the undercard, follow me please, in the state of New York against lower opposition, against a guy who is naturally lower in weight than Devin, who's in his 30s, older than Devin, against a guy who cheated him, he cheated him. He cheated Devin, Ryan did. But he's on the undercard of Ryan, who's the main event. I'm going to take the question a step further. Don't move. Stay right there. Don't move. Who's being paid by Turkey Al-Sheikh, who told Tank Davis when they was negotiating for him to fight Devin, Devin is my guy. That what Tank Davis said that Turkey Al-Sheikh told him on the phone when they were negotiating for Tank Davis to fight Devin Haney. That what Tank said. Don't get mad at me. He said Turkey Al-Sheikh told him, Devin is my guy. So I'm just trying to figure out, if Devin is his guy, why would he have Devin Haney on the undercard in the same state of New York, fighting a guy who's lower in weight naturally and older than Devin, and the guy who cheated Devin, Ryan Garcia, is the main event? I'm confused. I just want to know, how is that possible when you have good representation? I have some moderators in here. All Things, Lucky, Mr. Greg. Who else we got in here? Omega Red. Can somebody do me a favor, please? I don't want to say this and then it's not true. That's why I always ask for facts, for somebody to fact check. Look at your screen. I don't know if this is him or not. You know, people have been trolling us all morning now. They've been trolling us all morning. Somebody made up a fake BFTB page and came in the chat. Now, I don't know if somebody's making up a Blue Blood Sports TV page. It's on your screen. I don't know if this is really him or not. I don't think it's really him, personally speaking. But I want to give him the proper acknowledgement that he deserves if that's really him. Okay? Can someone fact check and do research? We have moderators here. I can ask this live. Is that really him? I don't think it's really him. Just like I didn't think it was really BFTB, but I just want to I don't want to give a man a shout out and acknowledge the man if it's not really him. Can somebody just, and while y'all doing that, right, let me give a double salute to my guy, Victor. Man, Victor always supporting the channel, man. I appreciate you and your feedback in the comment section, Victor. I be seeing what you be saying, man. You be having me rolling, brother. And I appreciate your acknowledgement. And I also appreciate your contribution and your support to the channel today. And Victor says in the super chat, Victor says, learn them. Learn them. Manager Marty, learn them. You know I will. That's one thing I respect about you, Victor. Hey, Cash Crypto, you better leave me alone. Look at Cash Crypto starting trouble. Y'all see it on your screen? Hey, Cash, I ain't gonna be able to do it, player. Hey, hey, Cash, I'm not gonna be able to do it, player. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Was that him? Hey, Cash, I see what you... Hey, Cash Crypto, I'm not going to be able to do it, man. Man, I had a conversation with the lady. Man, I had a conversation with the missus, man. I'm not going to be able to... Man, I ain't going to be able to do it, Cash. You know, every time I see you put that in the chat, Cash, I get excited. You know what I mean? I acknowledge the ladies a specific way. I'm still going to acknowledge the ladies. Don't ever forget that. I'm always going to do that. I'm always going to double salute the queens that come over and support the channel. But it's a certain way. You know what I mean? Certain way I do it. I put the swag on 100. You hear me? You ain't going to get me in no argument this morning. Hey, Cash, you ain't going to get me in no argument this afternoon. I'm not falling for the trap, Cash. I'm not falling for it. Was that really Blue Blood Sports TV? Let me put that back on the screen for somebody to say I'm lying and just bringing up his name. I don't know. That's why I brought his name up a few minutes ago. Was that him? Did any of my moderators confirm was that him? I'm not sure if that was him or not. I doubt it. But I don't want to assume. Yeah, I don't want to assume. Double salute to my guy. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. J Sir 72. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. As always, J Sir. Jay says this in the super chat. He says the Haneys is cherry picking again, and it could go bad. Jay Sir, that's the great answer to the question that I have. You're absolutely correct. That's really the answer. They're cherry picking again. And it's unfortunate that they ran over the Turkey Island Sheik. And they told me that Turkey Island Sheik was the savior in boxing. That's what I was told. That's what I was told. I was told that he came in to save boxing. But that's the answer to the question that I had. How is it that Devin Haney is fighting on the undercard when he has a boxing manager in his corner? His dad, Bill. How is this possible? Bill Haney's on record, and all of us can admit this. He's on record in countless interviews for the last several years telling everybody that his son, Devin Haney, is the face of boxing. That's what we were told, y'all. We were told on numerous occasions, countless times, that Devin Haney is the face of boxing. Wasn't we? So I'm just trying to figure out, how is he on the undercard against a guy who is lower in weight, naturally, who's older than him, in the same state of New York, that overturned the decision with him and Ryan when they fought. Ryan Garcia is the main event. The main event. While Turkey Island Sheik told Tank Davis that Devin Haney is his guy. How is this possible? Can somebody please... Oh my gosh. Can someone please tell me? Double salute to my guy, Mr. Altruistic. He is a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. And it's so amazing that Cash Crypto, he put that comment in the chat. And as soon as he put that comment in the chat, somebody just walked up here. Pulled up in the parking lot as soon as he said it. And I have to double salute her. I'm talking about Ariana, y'all. Double salute to Ariana. Ariana is a member of the channel. She's a supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. Ariana, how you doing? We got Ariana here. We have Ariana. Ariana's here. We have Ty. She's here. We have Miss Barbara D is here. Man, we have ladies all over the world in the chat. And so, not in my Mac Marty voice, because Cash Crypto trying to start a fire on this channel. But I want to double salute all the ladies, all of you that's in the live chat, all of you watching the replay of this live. I gotta take my glasses off because I'm so sincere when I speak to the ladies. Thank you for your contribution, your support to the channel. I appreciate you all investing your time first and foremost. I believe time is the most important and most valuable asset that we all have. And the ladies invest their time here. I thank you, ladies, for investing your time and your monetary support and resources. You help this channel move forward and grow. And I appreciate all the ladies. And on top of all of that, the thing that I love and appreciate the most about the ladies that come over here to this channel, you are so modest and graceful in the chat. I'm going to play back Bill Haney's words. I want to dissect the things that he said. Bill Haney is more emotional than the women that represent boxing as a fan. Bill Haney is more emotional than the women that be in my chat. Because the women that are here, not just today, but the ones that are not here, but that always come over and support the channel, are so graceful and modest. And I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate y'all. Double salute to all the queens that's watching live and live in color all over the world, and the queens that's here live and live in color in the chat. I appreciate it. All right, men, come on back in the room. Let's get back down to this. So I'm just trying to figure out, how is it possible? How can Devin Haney be on an undercard if he's the face of boxing? Now, if Devin would have called me, and Devin, you know I still want to ask you a question about testing, because you are the 365, 24/7 tester, right? I got a question for you, Devin. Come on over. And I know Devin watching this. I know Bill Haney's watching this. I know all of them. They're always watching me. I have some questions for Devin Haney. But for right now, I want to ask some questions to Bill. I'm just trying to figure out, he's the manager, right? Right? I don't know who. Hey, let me see, okay. Hey, Cash Crypto, can you do me a favor, Cash? I don't want to stop my show for this, but I have to, because, you know, we've been having trolls all morning. I want to make sure that I acknowledge the right people now. Cash Crypto, can you do me a favor? Because Cash Crypto is a moderator. I can ask him this publicly. Can you find out if Tamika Smith, can you do that? Can you just find out if Tamika Smith, I'll let you finish the sentence off. You know where I'm going with that, Cash. Can you find that out? I don't know if Tamika is a real person or if this is a troll. Because we had trolls all morning, Tamika. If your name is really Tamika. We've had trolls all morning. I don't want to acknowledge people that's not really a part of the family that's just trolling. So I want to make sure, Cash Crypto, can you find that out for me? Can you find out Tamika Smith? She or he or whoever is in the chat. I don't know if it's a real page or not. Can you just find out? Oh, you're not a troll, Tamika? I just want to listen. I want to make sure I give you your flowers if you are a woman, because you're supporting the channel. And I don't want to do that if it's just a troll. You know what I mean? Can you do that, Cash? I'm only sending Cash Crypto on this assignment because Cash put something in the chat. I don't want to put it back on the screen. He ain't going to start an argument in my house. I'm just saying, hey, Cash, can you do that? Double salute to my guy. He's here. He's here. I knew he was going to come. I didn't know he was going to come today, but I knew he was going to come. My main man. Roll the tape. Let me put it on the screen. Dean, by any means, double salute to him. He's here. Hey, Dean, maybe Dean might have the answer. Hey, Dean, I'm just trying to figure out something. Maybe Dean, because, you know, Dean, he's smart. He know boxing. Hey, Dean, quick question. How is it that Devin Haney is the face of boxing and Bill Haney wanted everybody to acknowledge, you know, he wanted Todd Grisham to acknowledge that Devin Haney is a 2-division world champion, youngest undisputed world champion in 2 different, well, in 1 weight class, but he was multiple world champion, right? And he also said that, is that Bill Haney? Man, that ain't, everybody's trolling me today. We had BFTB, we had Blue Blood. I think they were both fake channels. Now this saying, somebody saying Bill Haney. Y'all gotta stop. Who's trolling? Tamika, is that really, where's Cash Crypto? I need some help. Where's my moderators? Man, the air fight about to warm up now if that's Bill Haney. The viewership is increasing exponentially. Hey, Deem, is that Bill Haney, Deem? Man, somebody playing. Hey, Malik, what's up, Malik Q? Man, somebody just fake shit. I think people just faking it, man. Hold up for a minute. I know how to find out. We gonna squash all this right now. Hey, Deem, hold on, Deem. I know what to do. My instincts just kicked in. We're live, y'all. This how we gonna do it. I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. We're gonna find out if that's really him. Because if it's Bill Haney, I want Bill Haney to receive The acknowledgement. One thing about me, y'all, I do a lot of entertainment. Y'all know that, right? But when I see people that are actively involved in the sport of boxing, I'm not as animated. I give them their flowers, right? And I also invite them to the show. And I might not be animated when I talk to them live because it's all about getting information. But I have something for that. Because I don't know if that's really Bill Haney or not. I don't know. But if it is him, I would love for Bill Haney. Hold on, let me see something real quick. I know how to do this. You know, sometimes you just have to do this to find out. Because we had people just saying that they're like BFTB. Somebody was trolling and put his name in the chat and it wasn't him. To a fake page, and then Blue Blood Sports TV. I don't think it was him. Somebody just used his name, and I don't want any trolls to get the acknowledgement that these guys deserve when they come over here. Respectfully. This is how we're going to find out. I put the link in the chat. Because, see, if that's really Bill Haney, I would like to ask him these questions. Yeah, it's no hate. I don't have a beef with anyone in boxing. I'm a professional in the business. I'm a professional. Okay? So I'm always be professional to those that are professional. I represent the sport and the business of boxing, okay? But I put the link in the chat. If that is Bill Haney or anybody that want to come up and join us, all of you can come and join. It doesn't matter who it is. Come on up. I don't know if that's really Bill Haney or not. I'm not sure if this is him. So I don't want to like give somebody their flowers or acknowledge them or invite them to the channel if this is just a troll. Because then I have millions of people, you know, that will start criticizing me, you know, when I'm actually trying to do actually the right thing. But I'll put it on your screen. The link is in the chat if that's really Bill Haney or if any of you want to come on up. Or if it was BFTB or if it was Blue Blood. We can talk. There's no beat. This is all entertainment. This is all entertainment. I don't know if that's really Bill Haney or not, but on your screen, there's some words and I want to read them to you. They saying it is Bill Haney. I'm not sure. But it says DAMN, Marty Marr, you are still an employee, or you are still employed Walmart manager using my name for views. No, I'm just asking a question, Bill, if that's really you. I'm not trying to use your name for views, brother. If that's really Bill Haney, I got the link in the chat. I'm actually about to pin it to the top of the actual chat if that's really him. I love to ask him questions while he's here. And I also wanted to let Bill Haney know some things about me being employed at Walmart as a manager. I think that's awesome. I think it's actually a great thing, actually. And being employed as a manager at Target as well. I'm not sure if that's Bill Haney or not. But I'm about to pin the link to the chat because I want to ask some questions and have a dialogue. And I'm sure Bill Haney might have some questions for me. I'm sure Blue Blood may have some questions for me. And I'm sure BFTB has some questions for me now. I'm only mentioning these three guys' names before y'all run over there and tell on me. I'm only mentioning their names because people in the chat are showing me, and I've seen it myself, where there's channels that said their name next to it, and it might not even be them. It may be trolls. And I don't want to invite them up here if they're trolls and it's not really those guys. Okay? Un momento. All right, I just put the link back in the chat and I pinned it up. I pinned it to the top. Yeah, so anybody that just come on, all you got to do is just click the link. It's pinned to the top of the chat, so you don't have to find it. Come on up. If that's Bill Haney, I don't know if that's him or not. Double salute to Mr. Greg. Thank you, Mr. Greg, for your contribution again and your support to the channel. And Mr. Greg says, Ariana, Ty, Barbara, the Supremes. He's calling Ariana, Ty, and Miss Barbara, the Supremes, because they're here. Thank you for your support again, Mr. Greg. Spending the block, not spinning. Spending the block. In the super chat, thank you. And my guy, Mr. Altruistic. Double salute to you again, Mr. Altruistic. Thank you for your contribution in super chat. Mr. Altruistic says in the super chat, yo, my brother Cook and Bill, go ahead and click the link. So if that is really Bill Haney, even Mr. Altruistic just said it, click the link. The link is pinned to the top of the chat if that is really Bill Haney. We don't know if that's him or not, Lucky. Did anyone find out if Tamika Smith? Because I wanted to, if she is here, and this is her first time here, because I believe it was told in the chat that this was her first time here, and she was recommended to come over here to the channel yesterday. So I want to give her her flowers if that Tamika Smith name on my screen is not a troll. I want to give her her flowers. So that's why I'm saying that I just want to make sure that everybody get their just due and respect when they come over here, regardless of whether we agree or not. I want everybody to get their just due respect, because at the end of the day, I'm a man of integrity and honor. And so I want to make sure everybody get that. But the link is pinned to the top of the chat. Okay? I don't know if that's Bill Haney or not. I'm not sure. Well, while we're waiting, to see if that's really Bill Haney or not, I'm going to replay some of the words so we can dissect a few things. I want to ask him about what he means, if that was really Bill Haney. You understand what I mean? So we can get down to what interpretation, right? What interpretation do we need to have in the words that he's saying, okay? To Ty Grisham, all right? Mr. Greg.
Hey.
What's going on, my brother?
I'm fine. I hope that is Bill that's trying to at least get his message across, whatever that might be, because it would be good for him to come on, explain himself if that's what he wants to do, and let people know. I mean, he doesn't realize the damage that he's doing when he does stuff, says stuff, but then don't want to show up and explain himself. Could be some reasons that some of us might come to understand. Some of us still might say you're still a problem, but don't do this kind of stuff, especially when you like to pound your chest about what kind of man you claim yourself to be, or you out in the street, you this and you that. As one of your adversaries would say, stand on your square.
Yeah.
Let things go. Let things be what they're going to be. Yeah. This is crazy. I don't know why you continue to have so many trolls, if that's a troll. I don't know why. I don't know what they think they're doing, because they don't realize that in a way that's really enhancing your channel, because now people are going to wonder, well, why are people going over, like you say, over there? They're going to come over to see what's going on. And for the spies, as I just said earlier, this is why. This is why y'all over here, because you're trying to find out, you're trying to take some notes, and that's good too. Take some notes to do some things for yourself. But this it's almost funny to me now.
Yeah.
All the talking all the talking that he was doing when he barking at the Todd Gresham, I believe that's his name, and then you're gonna come and hide in the chat and say what you need to say. And then you're going to come over here and say and do that as well. But now you won't come up and talk, maybe because you'll get challenged. Who's to say?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting word right now by when I say extremely reliable sources have given me word right now that was really Bill Haney. Remember the last time, Mr. Greg, this happened to us live,
Right.
where Victor Conti was actually in the chat, and
Yeah.
I did not know. And I thought that someone was trolling, and it was really him.
Was he trying to come up?
Who? Victor
Bill.
Conti or Bill?
Bill.
I don't know. I'm told by reliable moderators right now. I'm told that that's really Bill Haney. Bill Haney, if you're listening, come on up, Bill. Come on up, Bill. I would love to talk to you. It's no beef. This is professionalism. And Mr. Greg, you know this to ease the tension that people might think that I have against Bill, and I don't have it. But you know when Victor Conti was in the chat, right? I didn't know that was him. Right?
And you verified it before
We verified it. We verified it was him. I let him come on. Did I act like I was Hulk Hogan in front of Victor Conti, Mr. Greg?
No, as a matter of fact, you asked us because we were on the panel to fall back. So he didn't have to come up and everybody can get at him on the panel. Everybody fell back. So it was what you would call, I guess, a safe space.
That's correct.
Here you come and we would just watch you and him talk.
Yes.
And
so
if he understands that, if he saw that, if he's aware of that, I'm sure the same thing would apply.
That's exactly correct. I'm a professional. Yes, I give entertainment. I mean every word that I said. I can stand 10 toes down on what I say. But I do have animations to it. But at the same time, if I have Bill Haney up here, he's a professional, right? No matter whether he likes me or not, or if he agree with me or not, Bill Haney is going to be respected as the professional in this sport that he is. And from one father to another, all right? So I said all that to say because a lot of people will be shy away from coming up because they think I'm going to be aggressive with them or Hulk Hogan. But no, man, this is entertainment. Come on up, Bill, because I want to ask Bill Haney some real live questions. I want to play some things that Bill said. But I also want to entice Mr. Bill Haney to come up so we can actually talk because Bill Haney might make a lot of sense to some people and may not make sense to a lot of other people. But if he comes out and explain it, right? And I ask him some questions to give him the platform to be able to say what he means because a lot of stuff that he say might get lost in translation. Then people can say, oh, now I understand because they heard him say it through a line of questions that I can ask him. So he can have the opportunity to clarify it. And my platform is open for Bill Haney to come on up and talk to all of us. Absolutely.
But think about it. Why is he on your platform right now in the chat?
Well, according to what he said in the I don't know if this was really him. I was told that it was him.
Right.
He said in the chat, you're using my name and your title for views. You're trolling me and stuff like that.
I get that part, but he had to been looking for it in the first place. He had to been on YouTube looking, and it came. Maybe he was actually looking at the boxing platforms, or he was looking at yours, or it could have been both. And then he saw his name, decided to hop on and say what he had to say. But come on up. You gave him the opportunity. Come on up and say those same things so y'all can have that same conversation while we fall back.
Yeah, exactly. Double salute to my guy, Band Up. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape Film Crew. We have Anton, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Anton or Anton. If I'm not, I apologize in advance, Anton, if that's not how you pronounce your name. But we have Anton in the background. He's backstage. I'm going to let Anton come on. But because Deem has been here, a lot of times he's a supporter of the channel, and Mr. Greg's a member. I have to let them up first as preference, Mr. Anton. And I'm about to let you up as well, Mr. Anton. So give me 1 second. I'm not forgetting about you. I see you. Hey, Dean, what's up, my brother?
What's going on, y'all? Y'all can hear me?
Hey, Dean, real quick before you go, real quick. Is that really Bill Haney, bro? Was that really him?
Manager Marty, I goes to the channel to check the channel activity, and it been up since August of 2013.
So
that gotta be Bill. That gotta be Bill.
It's really Bill Haney. Bill Haney's here.
Yeah, it gotta be Bill. Or that put it like this, Manager Marty. That channel ain't new. That channel been up for 12 years now.
Wow.
What's good, Dean?
What's going on, Mr. Greg? How you doing? DC in the building. What's up, man?
Yeah, you know how it is.
I already know, man. You know, that's the birthplace of my father. I got plenty of family down there. You already know.
What part of DC from?
I'm not sure because my dad moved to Philly. My dad was the youngest of four. So they moved to Philly when he was 5 years old. Rest in peace to him. He passed away. But yeah, I couldn't even tell you exactly for real. Because as long as I've been living, like in my, my sisters and like he been here since 5. As long as I've been living, we was in the Philadelphia area.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm sure hoping that Bill come on. This will be another iconic moment.
Man, 40 mil Bill, get up here, Bill Nokio. Come on, Brody. Don't be in the chat talking crazy and doing all that. Come up, my guy. I don't go to places. If I go somewhere, everybody know. Dean gonna hit the link. I'ma stand on what I say. I ain't gonna troll you, do none of that. I didn't talk to Bill before. Bill, remember you said that we can only judge Gervonta Davis, the pay-per-view numbers of what he do against Frank Martin. Well, Bill, him versus Frank Martin sold more than Devin versus Ryan Garcia. I was right again about that. Bill, come on, man. Come up here. We just playing with you and trolling. Bill, and you a certified street dude. You feel me? You don't mess with none of these earthmen. So go come up here and show everybody you ain't a earth man. That's all, my guy. We'd love to hear what you got to say about Devin, about the catch weight, because, that's what I want to ask Bill. Bill, remember y'all was saying y'all don't do catch weights and all of that stuff? I want to know how you feel about that now. Like, or was y'all just because it was Gervonta, y'all wasn't cool with catch weights, but it's okay for Devin? Just, and then the whole trying to be undisputed at 140, champion recess, and then saying y'all couldn't make the weight, and it's just a bunch of different questions, Bill. We just, like Manager Marty said, we need answers. That's all, Bill. We just trying to get some clarity, my good brother. That's all, So, like I said, Bill be with the smoke. So I just be wondering, come up here and talk to Manager Marty. Everybody dip off, it's just entertainment, Bill. This is your field,
This is an opportunity. Ain't nobody asking those questions. That's what's going on.
Well, I was told, Demon, Mr. Greg, and all the viewers live and live in color at home, I was told, and double salute to my guy, GM. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. GM said in the super chat just now, I'm subbed to Bill. Real channel, and that was him. So that was actually Bill Haney, and we're waiting for Bill to click the link, not so we can jump on Bill and nothing like that. Y'all know that's not my style, and you already know that if that's really Bill Haney and he clicks the link, I will allow Bill Haney to come up without any interruption or people in the the panel to try to throw shots at Bill and different things like that. You know what I mean? We don't do that here. We give all of our guests the proper respect, whether we agree with each other or not. I think everybody is aware of my character and how I am. I believe that everybody is entitled to their perspective. And Bill Haney is no exception to the rule. He will definitely have the full opportunity to come up on my platform to be able to share what he want to share, not just with me or about me, but also to the audience, so that we can get more clarification of the things that he said in the press conference with Todd Grisham and some other things that he said. We have Anton here. I'm going to let him come up right now.
Manager Marty, can I say something before Anton go? I want to, because this is very important. Bill, I think you hilarious, Bill. You bring a certain entertainment factor to YouTube and to boxing that is much needed. So it's like, we ain't going to be up here. Like, of course, we going to have our jokes and all that, but you fine with that, Bill. You don't take that personal. Like I said, Bill Haney to me is hilarious. I like Bill. Bill, somebody you'll be around and have you laughing all day. I like Bill. Now, what he does on the business aspects, when we got to get down to technicalities and capping and put on posturing and boxing, yeah, we're going to hold him accountable for certain things and things like that. But at the end of the day, Bill, you are not disliked. People might start to dislike your son sometimes because of things you say, but for the most part, y'all not no villains or none of that, man. We actually think you hilarious. I laugh all the time at Bill Haney. I'm sorry, I don't know too many people in boxing funnier than Bill Haney. So just come up here and give us your perspective. That's all. And I'm sorry, Antoine. I just had to get that off, my guy. Hope you're doing great and being safe on that road.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
What's good, Anton?
Hey, I'm good, man. My good Philly brothers up here, so I just wanted to come show some love from Philly, man. Game, I watched your debate when you was debating BFT or whatever his name is. I thought you won. I thought they robbed you, but
everybody say that, Anton. Everybody says that. Thank you, my guy.
Yeah, that's just my perspective. Manager Marty, I had a couple questions for you. One, you going to the Boots fight or no?
I'm sorry, Anton. I'm gonna give you your proper introduction. This might be your first time coming up. I appreciate you coming up, bro. Much love and support to you. And you said you was from Philly, so I want to give you your proper acknowledgement coming up on the show, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem, man. I appreciate that.
I'm sorry. What was your question again, brother?
I said, were you attending the Boots fight, and what you think about that fight?
Yeah, most likely I'll be at the Boots fight. I'll have 50 security guards with me, armed too, by the way, because a lot of people. I'll have 50 security guards with me.
You don't need no security. Philly gonna be in the building. We got you.
Oh, okay. All right. I wanted to make sure because I've been unliked and disliked on YouTube a lot, and people always call me a goofy and a fake manager and stuff like that. So I just want to make sure I'm straight. But anyway,
I'll be straight, Marty.
Yeah.
I can send you some retainers if you need them.
Huh?
I can send you some retainers if you need them.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that because Mr. Greg, I won't be the only manager that's suing somebody. Hey, Anton, let me tell you what I think about that fight real quick. I think it's a fight that's been brewing to happen for a very long time now, at least a minimum of 2 to 3 years. When you look back at the things that Boots said publicly, and of course his dad, my guy, my OG, Mr. Bosey, they've been clamoring for this fight for a long time, even before Boots even got the IBF strap. So the fact that Boots is fighting in a unification bout in itself is a great thing. And it's against a formidable opponent because a lot of people have given Boots a lot of backlash saying that he had a lackluster performance against a really good fighter, honestly, against Karen in the second fight. So a lot of people have high expectations for Boots, but when he had a bad night at the office, according to some other people that like Boots, they believe that his next opponent should be somebody of a higher caliber without giving proper respect to Karen. Karen's a good fighter. He came in the second fight. He made an adjustment from the first fight, which is something that good fighters do. They make adjustments. He didn't go in the second fight with the same game plan that he had in the first. Okay, and so now we get to see Boots step up his level of opposition for a world title unification bout. I told people years ago that Boots is the welterweight champion before he had a belt, and he's going to take over the division. And I stand 10 toes down on that. And I believe it's going to be a very entertaining fight. But I believe that Boots is going to stand up tall in Atlantic City in front of a home crowd, and he's going to get the fans what they want, and he's going to get the doubters something that they want. Because we know this, Anton, Boots stays in shape 24/7 all year round. Okay,
all year round.
And so he's going to give that work out when it's time to clock in. Come
Absolutely.
April. So most likely, yes. Most likely I'll be there.
And then, yeah, like what you said about Karen, he did much better than the first fight. The second fight, he was able to cut off the ring. He actually hurt Karen in that fight. And you got to understand, well, fans got to understand, those Eastern European fighters, like Ukrainian fighters and like where Madrimov is from, they got that awkward style, that movement, their footwork and stuff like that. So Karen to be a tough night for a lot of fighters, man. That ain't just easy. But I wanted to let you know too. I spoke to your man Greg Hackett and all that. He told me you was a cool guy, so I started coming on your platform. He'd be at the gym with my cousin. The gym down, I think it's like Fifth and Burke's 365 Fitness or something like that. My cousin trained in there. He trained the younger kids in there. So I see Greg in there from time to time.
Oh yeah, Greg is my guy, man. I appreciate the support and love from Greg. And I used to train at 365 a couple years ago. Not as a trainer,
Okay.
but me just staying sharp in case I do have to have 50 security guards with me armed. I got to make sure the hands are sharp, Anton. We from Philly. You know what I mean? So I got to go make sure I'm in shape,
Absolutely.
make
That's
sure I'm
all we
sharp.
know.
You know what I mean?
That's all we know.
Hey, can I say this? Can I say this, y'all?
Yeah.
Manager Marty, I'm speaking of the Boots fight. I have not seen the content creators and everybody I'm still waiting. This has been a month and a half, and Deem is still waiting. Where is all of the people that was saying he was ducking Virgil? Where is all of the people that said Deem, he not going to get a unification? Oh yeah, yo, I was the first person on YouTube telling everybody what was going to happen next. But they don't like to listen to me. It's okay. I'll only be right a lot. That's all. I'll only be right a lot. Like telling everybody Devin and Ryan was going to fight 6 months before it happened. Where is everybody at? Before we talk about the technical in the ring, Stan Jonas and Boots, I'm going to be there too. It's funny, y'all. I go to all these fights and I don't never see none of these content creators that say they be outside. Whatever. Saw Manager Marty, though. And Manager Marty is exactly who he says he is. And he was dressed very nicely, too, people. I got to put that out there. My guy was fly. I just want to know where the content creators is at that was saying Jerron Boots in this was a duck. He wasn't going to get the unification. And they were saying he was a duck because he wasn't going to get the unifications. He needed to just go to 154. Y'all remember that narrative? Where are they at? Because I seen video after video after video after video trashing Jerron Ennis, all in the name of Bud Crawford. But I don't see video after video after video after video of them apologizing to Jerron Ennis because they was dead wrong.
Absolutely.
I need answers, Manager Marty. I need answers. I'm sorry.
Manager Marty, one thing. Can I say one thing? I don't really like the Boots and Eddie Hearn relationship. I hope after whatever fight deal that he got with Eddie Hearn, I hope he, go elsewhere.
I respect that.
How many fights is on that deal that he has with Eddie?
I believe 3.
I think this is the last one, Mr. Greg.
This might be the last one.
I thought it was. I wasn't sure, though. That's why I was asking.
Mr. Greg, may I say something? I got to show my face on this.
Well, let me come up too then, since you're showing yours.
Hold up. Yeah, because I need to see your reaction for this, Mr. Greg. I got to turn my camera on. Mr. Greg, I want to say this because, we're waiting for Bill Haney to hopefully click the link. We have literally almost, not there just yet. We have almost 600 people watching me live in living color. And I've been given the business of boxing. I didn't even get a chance to break down the words of Bill Haney in the interview that he just did with the guy, Ty Grisham. But I'm going to break it down because I have time today. And I was going to get off because I have to go to work, Anton. Hey, Dean, I was going to get off because I have to go to work. Mr. Greg, I was going to get off, but because I got to go to work. Roll the tape film crew members. I was going to get off because I have to go to work. So I tried to do the business of boxing thing, and Bill Haney still won't come up. They told me it was him. So since that's Bill, I want Bill Haney to feel comfortable. I do. I want him to come up. And let me say this real quick. If Bill Haney comes up here, and I'm sure Anton and Dean and Mr. Greg, you don't mind, the way that I do it, and Mr. Greg, you know this, I'm going to ask all of you 3 guys to leave because I don't want it to be like somebody that's supposed to be a guest of mine feel like they're being ganged up on different things. So I'm a man of integrity and honor. And I want all my guests, whether they like me or not, whether they agree with me or not, to feel comfortable to express themselves freely. You know what I mean? So I may ask you all to jump off briefly, and then if Bill Haney comes up and then he leaves after he talks to us, you guys can feel free to come back up. We got Band Up real quick. Band Up, what's up, big dog?
What's up, Band Up?
What up, my guy?
Hey, Band Up, was that really Bill Haney in the chat, man?
band up.
Oh, come on,
Not
band up. I
again.
let you.
I
Hey,
think he,
band
I
up.
think he,
Not again,
I think
band
he
up.
on mute.
Damn, band up. Can you hear me?
Band
Band up.
not again, band up.
Band.
He got that cricket service.
It was on mute.
No lucky
Huh?
in the chat.
Huh?
Can't hear you, band up.
Band
You still
up.
can't hear me?
Oh, we
I
hear
can
you
hear you
now.
now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it was on mute.
I told you I got an extra phone. This is the iPhone 15 Pro Max. You got to leave the Boost Mobile alone, bro. Man, bro. It's 2025. I'll give you another phone, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, y'all out of
Man,
pocket. Y'all out of pocket. Like,
I was on mute, man.
Hey, band up.
What's good, man?
Yo, I was about to get off, right? Because I have to go to work. But since Bill Haney don't want to come up, I gotta let Bill know, because I want him to come. I want him to feel enticed. You know what I mean? I want him to feel comfortable when he comes up here. So I want to confirm. Was that really him, band up? In the chat.
I'm late. I'm late to the show. I think that might have been. Somebody said that channel been up a couple years. So yeah, I think that might have been.
That might. All right, I need everybody to mute your phone. Please, everybody, please. I promise you. I got entertainment.
And that's how Victor came.
Huh? I didn't hear you, Ben.
I said that's the same way Victor Conti came.
Right. That's the same way he came, right? I need everybody to mute your phone. All of the Roll the Tape film crew members, if you're watching me live in living color, we need to be able to have Bill Haney come and talk to me. Now, I tried to be calm. I wasn't animated. But since Bill didn't come up, I have to give you all entertainment because I have to go to work. I had to take my glasses off now because I tried to be a manager. You know, people been telling me all these years, who your manager, Marty? You're not a real manager. You're goofy. You're a fake manager. I put it on the screen. I'm trying to find it, but it won't let me put the old chat messages on the screen. Bill Haney says I'm a manager at certain facilities. And so, Bill Haney, I was about to get off, Bill, but you didn't want to come up. So I figure if I show you that I'm on my way to work, Bill, that you'll finally click that link and come talk to the real manager. Hey, Bill Haney, all I'm asking you to do is come on up. You ain't got to do all this back and forth. Just come on up, Bill, because we just need to ask you a few questions. Now, don't get mad, y'all. I'm going to show you I got to put my name tag on. I'm on my way to work. Go and look at the name tag. It's on your screen. You see it? Huh? I'm the manager of shopping carts. I'm putting my name tag on Bill Haney because I want Bill to click the link. Hey, Bill Haney, you know this is my Target uniform, Bill. Now you're going to get me out of character, Bill. Hey, Bill, let me put my name tag on. I want the people to know that there's nothing wrong with being a manager at Target. It's not wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it, bro. But just click the link from one manager to another. From one manager, hey, Bill Haney's the 2023 manager of the year, and I'm just the manager of shopping carts at Target. Hey, Bill, that won't entice you to click the link? All right, let's see if this will, Bill. We just want Bill Haney to come up. Hey, Bill Haney. I was going to go to work. I might have to call out. Hey, Bill. Hey, Bill. You see what this say, Bill? What that say, Bill Haney? Huh? I'm the manager of shopping carts at Walmart. Hey, Bill, come on up, big dog. Come talk to the real manager, baby. Come and talk to me. I got to ask you a few questions, man. You know, I don't ask for much. Come on up here, Bill. Let me put my uniform name tag on because I want to be in compliance. We don't have a union at my job. You know, Anton and Band Up and Mr. Greg and Dean, they fire you on the spot when you don't be in compliance and uniform. Let me make sure my name. Let me make sure my name tag. Hey, Bill. Come on up, baby. The manager at Walmart is here. Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to make sure y'all see it now. Go on, look at your screen. Manager of shopping carts. You see that? Come on, Bill. You going to make me call out of work, Bill. Hey, I'm the manager at Target. I'm the manager at Walmart. Come on up, Bill. Click the link, brother. Hey, listen, ain't nothing wrong. Mr. Greg, I mean, you older than all of us, Mr. Greg. You from the old school. I mean, is anything wrong with being a manager at Walmart, brother? Make sure my name tag is on. Mr. Greg, can you hear me, Mr. Greg? Pick name tag right.
He on mute. You on mute, Mr. Greg.
Mr. Greg.
Every man working is good.
Hey, Dean. What we doing, Dean?
Hey, Marty, real quick.
Hey, Manager Marty, you out of pocket, dog. You out of pocket. You out of order. This has to stop.
Hold up. We have ladies in the chat. Let me make sure my head. Let me make sure. Hey, Dean, I'm cool, Dean.
Listen here. You know what's so crazy? Managers at Walmart and at Target, they make more than these YouTubers. They making over 100. Just to put that out there. So when people try to say that as a joke, it's like, do you know how much they actually make before you start joking about those type of things? They make a lot of the content creators that run with that joke. Just know the manager at Walmart or Target probably getting more bread than you. Just being honest.
Especially in my city, Seattle, nigga, they pay out. It's crazy.
They getting paid. They making money.
You get 30 plus as a manager.
Hey, Anton, I know you at work, right, Anton?
Yes, sir. I'm on the road.
Hey, Anton, tell your boy how I look with the uni on, huh? They feeling me?
You in compliance. You in compliance.
I'm in compliance.
You gotta get the safety. You gotta get the safety vest so they see you with the carts out there.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot my safety vest and my walkie-talkie because I'm the manager. You know, I tell people to take 15-minute breaks and come back and clock back in. Hey,
absolutely.
Bill Haney, come and talk to the real manager, brother. What we doing, y'all? Where we at? What we talking about? Huh?
Manager Marty, you out of pocket.
Huh?
This is insane.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, you make the history that way.
Don't mess around and get the
clip.
clip.
No, hey, I'm gonna tell you what. If you start doing that, if you start popping up with the mop when you call you the janitor and you sweep them,
Manager Marty, I got a challenge for you, brother. All of these content creators that be talking, they say you the manager at Walmart and Target. I need you to show up to the next fight in uniform and in compliance so they can't say they don't know who you are. So they can't say they don't see you. So the next fight, I need you to be in full uniform. So it ain't no confusion on who they need to come holler at. That's all.
I got the vest for you too. If you buy, I got you. I got you.
Meet me at the boots fight with it.
No, say no more. I'll be there April 12th.
Yes, sir.
You need the clipboard too?
I forgot about the clipboard.
I'll bring one for you.
My man. Double salute to my guy. He's like family. My man Lump in the chat with the support and contribution. Thank you, Mr. Lump. Hey, Mr. Lump. Hey, sometimes you got to pop out and show them. That's what Kendrick said, right? Sometimes you got to.
Oh, is that the Lump who was supposed to come see me? After
Mr. Greg, I didn't want to start no beef, man. You know that's him.
Where you at, Lump? You supposed to come see me.
Hey, Lump, click the link, Lump. You got to click the link. Mr. Greg up here now, Lump.
Hey, Marty, I got a real question for you, man.
Yeah, come on with it.
Watching some of these channels, like, you know, you for non-KO, y'all pretty much who I watch on a regular basis, right? Yeah. What is the objective? Like, I don't like putting them dudes' names out there, but you know what channels I'm talking about. Like when they got these narratives about certain fighters, like what is it? Like, what is it about for real? Like, what's the goal? Like, what's the plan?
Oh man, you know, I don't know. I think a lot of people overcompensate for their lack of knowledge of the sport and business of boxing. So they just start making up different things, or as other content creators, not all of them, but some of them do, They'll go and read articles, from the real actual journalists who have degrees like Dan Raphael, Mike Carpenter, or they'll Google certain things. They'll open up their phone, the camera on their phone or their actual live camera, and then they'll give their opinions based on what they read. And they spread misinformation, some of them, because they really don't know. And a lot of them actually come over here. They come over here. They won't be in the chat, some of them. The ones that do be in the chat, they really rock with me. But some of them, they don't be in the chat to identify that they're here. They be in the background, right? And I know they be here because they go back on their platform after listening to my talking points and the knowledge that I have in the sport of business of boxing, and then they regurgitate what I say, and most people will give them credit not knowing that they actually got the information from me.
Hey, Brody, I gotta say this to you. Manager Marty, you gave a great answer, but that's not all. That's not what their objective is. I can tell you what, that's part of their objective. I tell you what their objective is. Why do people call prostitutes at 12 at night, 12 a.m.?
To get laid.
That's their objective, because that's what they be doing. That's their objective, okay? Their objective, if they do that, and then after the prostitute does that, what happens? She gets paid, right?
Right, okay.
That's their objective. Just, it's the same process. It ain't nothing to think about too hard. It's the same process. They knob gobble, and then they get paid. They knob gobble, then get paid. You see how that works?
So like the guy saying that he getting paid, he was at BLK Prime a year before Bud got there. Shit like that.
I'm just saying, brother. Brother, listen. Didn't Bill Haney tell you he used to be a pimp?
Absolutely.
Okay. Listen.
So it don't even matter if you accurate no more. It's just about being first, and even if you reporting fake information.
A lot of times that's true. They just want to get all the views, so other people will say, well, I just listened to so-and-so, and then you hear that name. Information sometimes is dead wrong, but it sounds like it's good. And by the time it gets cleared up, that information done spread all over the place, and somebody like Dean got to come back and said, didn't I tell y'all it happened this way? But by the time that happens, however, bad news or wrong news spreads like a wildfire. The good news comes in very slowly. A lot of times some damage has been done, and now you realize, oh, they was wrong all this time. That's how people get in jail. Bad news, and by the time you find out, they done been sitting in jail 3-4 years. So you got to look at it that way. So when you get information, listen to it, use your common sense, and then do your own research.
Right.
And then you find out who's telling you things that make sense and who's telling you honestly. Some people will say, I heard, I'm not sure, I got to still find out. Some people come straight out down the pike and tell you like it's like they were there. And so that's you just have to use your own intellect and your common sense if you're gonna watch boxing and listen about the business. Use what you already know, of course, and it's always somebody who can teach you something and you can learn from. I don't care who they are. There's some good stuff people you can learn from. You gotta just look at it that way. But don't take anybody's word for granted until you understand who that person is you're talking to. If you know they solid, that's good. But you learn and you check yourself. You always, what's the old saying? Trust but verify.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you got to do. That way you won't be out here with bad information and then you repeat it and then you be just like a carrier of a disease. You still spreading it.
Right.
And the thing about it too, and I have to say this, that people have criticized me time and time again, said I wasn't a real manager in boxing and all of these things, and they want to know who I manage. And, Bill Haney said I'm the manager at Target and I'm the manager at Walmart, and I had to prove his point today. But the thing about it is, when you really sit back and think about who I managed to get Bill Haney to come right here. I managed to get Victor Conti to come right here, not once, but twice. I managed to get Rachel Donier to lie on me 7 times and even bring up my son and she's still lying. I managed to get her to convert herself into a spy to protect her husband's legacy and Victor Conti. I also managed to get the founder and CEO of VADA, Dr. Margaret Goodman, to come right here. I managed to get Harvey Doctor, referee, who officiated the fight between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. I managed to get him up here. I also managed to get people in my comment section calling me goofy, calling me a troll, calling me a liar, and all kind of other insults that they say about me. I managed to get Tim Bradley, a Hall of Fame fighter, say he hoped I get sued. I managed to get him to do. I managed to get Tank Davis to watch the videos a year and a half ago and say, get that snack, S-H-I-T, out of boxing. I managed to get Errol Spence to now talk about it. I managed to get a lot of things flowing. And all I'm saying is, hashtag, say my name. You don't have to believe me, but you have to believe the very work that I put in. 15 plus years of investigation and research that I've done on cheating in boxing all around the world. And so the bottom line is, they can get mad at me, but my performance today, my performance is enhanced. With my new uniform and I'm in compliance, my performance is enhanced right now. And I didn't have to take anything that had the word snack on it.
Yeah, one you probably don't remember, Manager Marty, but I was one of the people, I think on Instagram and on YouTube, I was thinking about you watching that Benavidez and Morrell fight, and I sent you a message in your DM asking you, did you see that big ass bump he had?
Oh, that was you.
That was me, yep.
And I already had it in my phone, and I told you that. I circled it, and then I put it up here for the people to see it. Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Wasn't there the whole training camp.
Huh?
And then I said it wasn't there the whole training camp. I watched every video leading up to that fight, and on fight night, boom. It's crazy.
Man, I'm having a great show. You know what I'm going to have to do, y'all, because I'm late now. I'm going to have to call out of work. Hey, Bill Haney, we still got time, brother. Come on up and click that link. I'm calling out of work today. They got somebody else on the shopping carts today. Come on up, Bill. We need answers.
Bill ain't clicking that link. He can't remember all them lies he told. He can't keep up with him.
I just want to talk to the guy. I mean, he came here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. He obviously came for a reason, so why not? Come up and speak your piece.
Yeah, I keep getting these phone calls. My bad, Manager Marty.
You sure it ain't your signal, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm in the town. I'm in Seattle. We good.
All right. I got another phone for you, player. If you, it's extra.
Marty, it's good.
All right. So, quick question, Band Up. Now that you're here, what's your take? And I need all of you guys, a Band Up, Anton, Dean, Mr. Greg. Listen, like I said this before, some of you came up. Bill Haney said that the guy Ty Grisham is a piece of SHIT. That's his words. I'm going to play it back in a few seconds. He actually said that the guy didn't acknowledge the accolades of Bill of his son Devin. You know, he's a 2-division world champion, undisputed, youngest undisputed in the sport of boxing as far as the history of boxing. You know, he came up multiple weight classes. He obviously dominates in his fights. He's undefeated. But I'm just trying to figure out. Turkey Al-Sheikh told Tank Davis, according to Tank Davis, that Devin Haney is his guy. But I'm just trying to figure out, how is it that Devin Haney, who Bill says is the face of boxing, why is he on the undercard of a guy who cheated him through PED usage he's the main event? Ryan Garcia is the main event. Devin Haney went over to Turkey, I guess for them to give him a bag. He went over there. He's with Turkey Al-Sheikh now, but yet he's on the undercard fighting a guy who's in his 30s who weighs less than him, obviously promoting the business model of Bill and Devin Haney. I'm just trying to figure out, how can he even be on the undercard? In my personal opinion, as the manager at Walmart, I would say that Devin Haney, if he needed a tune-up, he could afford in his backyard in Las Vegas and let DHP Promotions be the lead promoter in this fight, opposed to going over to Turkey to be a subsidiary and actually inferior to a guy who allegedly cheated him in Ryan Garcia. What's your take on that, Band Up?
Then Ryan, as a bigger casual fan draw than Devin, and Bill can't deny that one way or another. More casual fans know and they do Dev, and that's what I think about that one.
Roger that. Anton, what's your take on that?
To be honest, I think that says a lot about how Turkey Al-Sheikh really feels about them. Even though that they went over there and, like you said, Turkey told Tank that was his man. And for me, if I was that person and you tell me, just say, manager Marty, I was the fighter, you was my manager or my promoter or whatever, and you allow me to be put on the undercard with the guy who's basically the main event in Ryan Garcia, who's, even though they want to lie, Ryan is going to get paid more than Devin because he's the main event. And you allow me to be put on the undercard in the same city against the same fighter that supposedly cheated me, I would feel some type of way. So I think Turkey basically just showed them how much Devin is really his guy. And I think that it speaks for itself.
Hey, yo, I gotta go. I'm gonna say, Dean, I try to band up.
Say that again. You was breaking up, Brody.
I said I try to get at you on Instagram.
Oh.
Get at your boy Band up.
Say no more, my guy. You already know.
All right,
safe,
Yeah, salute Marty. Salute everybody on the panel. You know
Get
what I
that
mean?
service fixed, my G.
go.
Thanks for coming up, Band Up. Man, I love to give Anton. I love to give him this new phone. I love to give it to him, man. Dang, bro.
I know Lucky is dying laughing in the chat right now.
Hey, he got that phone from the joint right there at Broad Island. The joint on the corner. The old boot store.
What you know about that store right there, dog?
I'm from Uptown, man. 68th and Ogontz, born and raised.
Say no more. Hey, you know that project right there? Champlaus Homes?
Yeah, back 21st Street.
Back 21st?
Yeah,
Near Nedro on Opal?
absolutely.
I grew up in there, man.
I used to, that corner store on the corner, like where the hill at, that little court that they used to have in the back right there. That
Yeah,
little
right
basket.
there in the middle.
Yeah, I used to hoop right there with my
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Yeah. So from the age of like 15 to like 20, I grew up in there. But before that, for the first 15 years of my life, born and raised, Richard Island Projects, Cambridge Mall Projects.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm cut from that.
Okay. I know about Richard Island. We ain't gonna speak about that on here, but you know what I mean.
Yes, sir. I'm just a manager at
Absolutely.
Walmart now. I'm a professional now. You know what I mean?
Right.
God brought me from a mighty long way. Mr. Greg, I mean, this doesn't seem like Devin Haney is Turkey Al-Sheikh's guy, nor did it seem like Devin Haney's the face of boxing. And he should be applauded and praised for his accomplishments in this sport. Devin Haney should be. And I'll tell Bill that right to his face when he comes up here, that I applaud the efforts and the accomplishments of Devin. I just don't understand from a manager's perspective. If Bill Haney, let's say he wasn't the manager, and let's say Devin Haney was my client, I would not I don't care how much Turkey talking about paying, because it's all about image, and it's all about making the fans be reassured time and time again that even though my client just lost the fight, and of course we believe as a team that he was cheated, that his image be restored, irregardless of the physical, elements that took place in that fight. And to restore his image, he need to be in his hometown, in his backyard of Las Vegas, if he's going to fight a guy like a Jose Ramirez, instead of going back and competing in the same state that overturned the decision in the first place in New York. And then on top of that, be subjective and inferior to the guy who actually cheated my client, and Ryan Garcia being the main event. That's just me, just understanding the business, and the optics of that just don't look right to me. What's your take on all of this, Mr. Greg?
It's an offshoot of Bill's pimp mentality. A pimp put his hoe, I hate using that word, out there to get as much money as she can, regardless of the optics. when you're thinking like a professional, you think almost to the T, like what you just said. He got damaged in the last fight with Ryan. He got exposed a little bit to not being able to make adjustments and not being able to get out of the way of the left hook. That's why they continue to talk about the Austrian over and over again to make you forget what happened to him in that fight. Then he wants to sue, muddy the narratives even more. So you would think about that part instead of coming right back to your son got beat up pretty good in this last fight. Turkey Al-Sheikh probably has thrown a little more money at him than probably he would have gotten had he done things the right way. And this is where the pimp mentality comes from. He was willing to put his son on an undercard with the guy who's the main event because there was a little bit more money, but he's still in his feelings that he's not being announced for all his accolades as though that was going to make things disappear, because we were going to come right back to why is he on the undercard of the guy who beat him up? Like, we don't think. But that's where you have to learn how to be a professional. You got to make some sacrifices, in my opinion. He should have been fighting at home. He should have been the headliner on an undercard, cleaning up the mess of his image, rebranding a little bit, a good solid fight where he shows who he is, and then come back to do the rematch, since they weren't going to do an immediate rematch, what they should have. But I don't think they were able to do that, because I honestly don't think that Devin was prepared for what happened to him in the first fight, and he's still psychologically a little bit unbalanced now. So this is I guess you could call it a tune-up fight, but it's the wrong way to go about it. And that's just my feeling. But again, it comes down to that whole pimp mentality that Bill has. And this is why things worked out that way, where somebody can say, well, we can give him more, but we're going to place him at the bottom a little bit. Bill's willing to do that. And apparently Devin's going to go along with whatever his father's going to do. I for one would not have had Devin do that if those same things had happened. But I certainly would be still crying and suing about something that you can't change. They took away the win. Okay, that's good. Now you got your O back. Work to keep it. This is not working to keep it. This is just more damaging to me in terms of the image. And that's how I see it.
All right, you got it. Hey, Dean. Is Dean
Yes, sir.
He's still there.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, man. You've heard Bill Haney. You call him 40 mil Bill.
40 mil Bill.
You say 40 mil Bill. Bill Haney has been on record saying that, Devin Haney's the face of boxing. He's accomplished more than Bernard Hopkins at his age, and he accomplished more than Floyd Mayweather at his age. But here it is. He lost. They overturned the decision. Ryan Garcia is being accused of being a PED cheater, of course, because he tested positive for the Ostarine. But yet he's the main event in his first fight, actually back coming off a suspension. And Devin Haney is actually on the undercard. I mean, what's your take on all this, Dean?
I'm going to tell y'all this. Out of all of the narratives, out of everything that's ever been pushed, I think this is the nail in the coffin. Now, stay with me, y'all. Devin fans' biggest thing was Tank don't fight nobody, correct? He don't got a great resume. He don't fight nobody. Accomplishments, blah, blah, blah. Well, it goes to show you in boxing how much they don't even stay consistent on their own thought process. Because if accolades meant so much, then somebody please explain to me why the hell Devin Haney is the co-main of Rolly and Ryan. Two fighters who y'all used to try to trash Gervonta Davis's resume. So he got all the accomplishments, and he's still the co-main to two fighters that are trash. I want y'all to think about that. He is the undercard to Rolly Romero. I'm going to say it again. He is the undercard to Rolly Romero. Devin the American Dream Haney. Then wasn't Devin's Ryan was suspended for a year. Devin took the suspension with him. He was out for a year as well. And then when you come back, Devin and Bill said that they would never get money with Ryan Garcia. Lie detector determined? That's a lie, because not only is you not going to get money from fighting the man, You now going to put money in the man's pocket. You're not even fighting him. And you're not even the co-main. The main event. I guarantee you Ryan Garcia is getting paid more than Devin Haney. So I say all of that to say, how much was Ryan punished then if you took the year off with him and then you come back and help sell his card? Because it is his card. Don't no mistake about it. He's the main event, and we already know who's more popular between Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia. So the guy that you said you used all these excuses for and said you wouldn't get money with and blah, 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 not only is you getting money with him, you're helping promoting the man. Your whole press conference was about you and Ryan Garcia. Who do you think that helps? You or Ryan Garcia? He's the main event. So he didn't really get punished. You're going to take him in a rematch. He's definitely going to get paid more than you then. But then y'all sit up here and tell me when I tell y'all about this money thing and A side, B side, y'all say don't none of that stuff matter. Well, clearly it does, though. Clearly it does. Because if it didn't matter, then Devin Haney is by far the most accomplished on that card. Y'all said he was the face of boxing. Name me, can anybody up here ever name me somebody that was the face of boxing and in the prime of their career, they was the co-main? Don't worry, don't answer it. You won't be able to find one. That's the harsh reality. That is the truth. Devin fans like it, don't like it. I don't care. The truth of the matter is, as much as y'all talked and what y'all talk about, y'all talking points, Devin cannot be the undercard to Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia, two people that Gervonta Davis knocked out. Land my plane there.
That was definitely a mouthful from all of you guys. We have NHA Davis. I think that's NHA Tube. Don't quote me on that. NHA Tube is an avid Terrence Crawford fan. He has been on this panel multiple times. I think that's him. I haven't seen him in a while.
Him.
NHA. Oh, that's him?
Yeah, that's him.
All right. Hey, NHA, you there?
I'm here, man. Why my introduction got to be an avid Terrence Crawford fan? I mean, I am, but why you got to put that disclaimer in there?
Oh, well, because you used to give me a hard way to go, in the beginning.
What's up,
NHA?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question. What you think about my uniforms, brother?
Well, you look sharp, man. You're looking sharp, man. Hope you got a raise. Oh, my fault. You were the manager. I hope you got bumped up to executive.
Well, I don't know. We're going to have to see. What's your take on all this, brother? I appreciate you joining the show. What's up, man?
I'm cool, man. How you been?
I'm great, man. I'm doing wonderful.
Yes, sir. So, what was the question? I know you asked James.
Well, the question was, first and foremost, Bill Haney always, come out and say that his son, Devin Haney, is the face of boxing. He also said that his son was obviously more accomplished than Floyd Mayweather at his age and also more accomplished than Bernard Hopkins at his age. He also stated that the host or the MC of the last press conference in LA, Ty Grisham, did not give his son the proper credit, even though the ring announcer, Michael Buffer, did, but, that he wanted him to acknowledge that, his son is a 2-division world champion, which he is, undisputed in the sport of boxing, the youngest undisputed world champion in the sport, in the history of boxing, which he is. I'm just trying to figure out, Bill Haney is the 2023 Manager of the Year, but yet and still, Turkey Al-Sheikh said that Devin Haney is his guy. That's what he told Tank Davis. But yet, right now, Devin Haney's coming back off of an 8-month suspension. He was out for a year, and so was Ryan Garcia through a suspension, being out for a year. Both of these guys is their first fight back. But Ryan Garcia, a guy who was accused of cheating Devin Haney and being a PED user, he's actually the main event. And Devin Haney's on the undercard. What's your take on that, bro?
All right. Well, as far as Bill, I mean, a lot of shit he says is just trying to promote his son, and he says a lot of outlandish stuff. I never agreed with the whole Devin's the face of boxing, but as a promoter, that ain't the worst thing a promoter has said, what I'm saying, as far as like trying to promote one of their fighters. Never thought Devin was the face of boxing, nothing close to it. I mean, accomplishments, yes. You know, he has accomplished more than a lot of fighters at his tender age of 25 or whatnot. But I mean, as far as Turkey Al-Sheikh saying that Devin is his guy, or he told Tank Devin's his guy, I don't know if he ever told Tank that's his guy, but if he did, I mean, I don't see what the problem is with that. I mean, if that's his guy, it's his guy. And I guess he's trying to connect it to him being on, or Deem did, him being on supposedly on the undercard of Ryan Garcia's card. But to my knowledge, I don't look at that as an undercard. I think they're co-main. And I know Dev said he would never try to fight him or try to, break bread with him. But to me, that's kind of dumb. Why would you not try to break bread? You're in a combat sport. Best way to get revenge is to get in there with him, beat his ass if you can, and make money while you're doing it. And I think Turkey Al-Sheikh, Turkey Al-Sheikh might have just told him that. It's like, I'm gonna put y'all three on the card, and boom, boom, we set it up. Whoever wins, fight each other. The losers fight the losers or whatnot. He basically probably told him, like, this is the route to go. Get your bread. Don't talk about you ain't gonna break bread with somebody because your emotions or whatever it is was hurt over the whole thing. Because if that's the case, I mean, we would have never got Wilder 2 or 3. Wilder, if y'all remember, accused Fury all types of shit. He damn near accused Fury of attempted murder, if you want to put it that way. But I didn't stop him from breaking bread with him. He went in and got in there, he got his ass whooped still, but he went in there and did it the right way. Try to get his revenge and get paid at the same time. But I mean, that's pretty much all I got on that. Can't remember that, whatever else you mentioned.
No, that's basically, what I was saying. So from a business perspective, this is the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying regarding Bill Haney, and everybody can look on your screen. Bill Haney on Instagram, this is what his Instagram says. Trainer of Devin Haney, 2-division champion, and youngest 4-belt undisputed champion in boxing history. Boxing Manager of the Year 2023, CEO of DHP. When you see a guy like Bill Haney who's acknowledging all of these accomplishments for himself, because he's saying he is the trainer of Devin Haney, he's actually saying that he is the Boxing Manager of the Year 2023, and he's also saying he's the CEO of DHP. These accolades that he's acknowledging publicly, I would like to see them being put in practice from one manager of Walmart, to a manager of boxing. Because I didn't see any of DHP's logo anywhere in the advertisement of this fight at any of the press conferences. And not only that, why DHP couldn't just headline their own card instead of being, you call it a co-main. Bottom line, he's on the undercard of Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero card. They are the CEOs of their own promotion company. They could have had this fight under their own promotional banner of DHP in their hometown of Las Vegas against a guy like a Jose Ramirez, when we know that on the West Coast, particularly in LA, there's a huge fan base for the demographic of Jose Ramirez. I mean, that could have been a good barometer to see if Devin Haney was ready for the rematch, if they wanted to use it as a stepping stone or a tune-up. I'm just saying that they could have headlined their own cards as their own promotional banner in Las Vegas for that West Coast audience that serviced the demographic of a Jose Ramirez and the other Hispanic and Mexican community, especially in May, when we know that Mexican heritage is usually promoted here in America in honor of Mexico in May and in September. So I'm just trying to figure out how come he couldn't fight Jose Ramirez, in May, right? In his hometown of Vegas, under his own promotional banner, instead of going over to be subservient to a Ryan Garcia, a guy who allegedly cheated him intentionally in a state of New York, the same state that they fought in the first time that overturned the decision, in the same state that they actually have a lawsuit filed against Ryan Garcia in. I just don't understand that from a manager's perspective. Well, a boxing manager of the year 2023, trainer of Devin Haney, 2 division champion, and also the CEO of DHP.
And
Pretty
manager
easy.
Marty,
He get in the bag.
5 of those. So out of the 6 fighters on that card, 5 of those fighters are from the West Coast.
Right.
Besides Tio, the rest of them are from the West Coast. And remember, the first fight with Ryan and Devin, they was talking about the sales and everything. That fight should have been in Vegas. It probably would have sold better because they're West Coast fighters. They put it in New York. The numbers was messed up. And now they turned around and did the same thing. Jose Ramirez, Barbosa, Devin, and Ryan, they're all from the West Coast.
Right. And also, NHA, I heard you about to speak. Let me say this. I'm going to take it another step farther. The reason why I'm even getting at it this way on this angle is because Bill Haney himself, and I heard you say it's because of the bag, but Bill Haney told us himself that they're their own bosses, but yet they ran over the turkey with their hand out. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, they're their own bosses as far as like, I guess they can. I don't know how that entails, but I know they ain't putting up no goddamn their own shows.
Why not?
What fighters do that? Not
No,
even Tank Davis does that.
I'm just asking. Hold up. See, this is what I love about talking about people like Terrence Crawford and Devin. You know, when you bring up something, everybody bring up. I'm not talking about Tank. I'm talking about Devin because of what his father said. I'm just asking you, like, why not?
Because he don't have. Because it's honestly. I mean, you should know better. It's not a smart move to what I'm saying. Put up your own bread. You know what I'm saying to host these events. And
Why
he just
not?
capping.
You're
He's
your
just
own boss.
lying.
That's what when you say you're your own boss. That's what bosses do sometimes.
Name me one fighter who say they're their own boss that put up their own money.
I'm not talking about the fighters. I'm talking about Bill Haney. What he said.
Bill Haney's blowing hot air. I mean, I've been on record saying that. I mean, that's what he does.
So he should be held accountable for what he stated, right?
Absolutely, he should be
All right.
held accountable.
All right.
But it's just
Lucky,
he's not doing anything different than most of these other promoters are doing.
I got you. Lucky McKinnons, what's up? What's up, brother?
What's up, Marty? What's
Yo,
up, Pat?
Lucky, before I let you go, I know you wanted to, shout out the panel. Yo, man, what you think about my uniform, brother? What you think, player? We in?
I was gonna ask you, was they hiring?
Well, I'm the manager, so I can make a phone call if you want to come on through.
No. I want to band up and get the job so he can get a better phone.
I knew he was gonna get him. Marty, you got to find that tape from last year.
I gotta find it.
Hey, Mr. Greg.
Hey, what's going on with you?
Hey, look, I got a homeboy of mine. This guy, he told me he got bad service because he had trees around his house.
Mm-hmm.
The man moved where there's no trees at, and he still got bad service. Hey, I started thinking about band up, man.
Oh man.
I love these guys. Hey, Lucky, I mean, you know what's going on, man. I mean, what's your take on all of this, bro? Bill Haney was here too, Lucky. He was here. They told me it was him. What you think about that, bro?
Yeah, Bill trolling, man. He trolling. He don't want no smoke. He trolling.
Was that really him?
Oh, yeah, that was him. That was him for sure.
Damn. I wish he would have came up here, man. I wanted to talk to him, man. Damn.
Marty, I'm going to jump off and come right back if you still on. I got to do my delivery.
Say no more.
All right, thank you.
You got it. Yo, Lucky, what's your take on all this, bro? I mean, it's a lot of things to really, digest and unpack. The optics and all of this is just crazy, bro.
Bro, I just wanted him to explain to us why his son is on the undercard. That's all it was. That's all I wanted to hear. Because he a boss. And I didn't understand. Then I seen him on a flight with Teofimo. I figured the boss, Devin Haney, be on his own flight. So I ain't understand it, bro.
Yeah, they playing, in my opinion, at least, they playing themselves in some ways. But again, I attribute it to that pimp mentality. He's getting, whatever Turkey is paying, and it's more than he either could or believed they could have made if they did a small undercard, because if I remember, Devin and Bill have done years ago small undercards where they were paying the fighters. Because I remember seeing a video of one fighter who wasn't going to come out, and there was an issue about money, and Devin and his father came into the dressing room to promise to pay him and so forth and so on. But a small undercard can be effective in building yourself back up. But again, when you got that mentality of just getting this money and damn everything else, you have a situation like that because the optics, the public relations, the public image, to me, doesn't look that good. Now, there could be something else that I don't know about, but I have to go by what I'm seeing and what little I know about how they've operated.
Hey, Mr. Gray.
Yeah.
You know, when he got that O back, I thought he was going to be back on top. He don't look undefeated. Not on the undercard.
That's what they thought too. So that's why I wouldn't have taken this particular. I mean, it's public relations and perception is very important, just like performance. And when you come in and you that far down on, I think DHA thought it was a co-promotion, but I've never seen a co-headliner the last or the third fight. It could happen. I've never seen it. And it looks like you still at the same position you was in from the last fight, and the guy who beat you giving you another shot to get yourself back together. That's how it looks. And I don't think they thought about that at all. And with Bill fussing and arguing and cussing Bill Grisham out and saying, why wasn't Devin introduced, stating all of his accolades and who he is and what he's done, they're trying to make what happened disappear, and they're very bad at doing it. That's really what it comes down to. They're bad at image promotion because Devin's image has not changed. The needle hasn't moved up for him one iota. So
Hey, Mr. Greg.
Yeah.
What's that device that Will Smith used on Men in Black that made people forget what they just seen? I think Bill wish he had one of them.
I'm sure he does.
So y'all gonna be real. My thing is with all of this is as much as they have talked, they are going directly against all of their talking points. They said they wasn't going to get money with Ryan. That's not true. They said he was the face of boxing. That's not true. They said they've done all of these things, which a lot of it they have done. But they were saying that is the say all be all, that they're going for legacy. How can you be going for legacy when you said that you wouldn't be fighting at catch weights? Just to fight at a catch weight. See, it's the contradiction for me that I have a hardcore problem with. Because the biggest thing when it came to Tank, rehydration clauses and catch weights, and then they're doing the same thing. They said Ryan and Roley was trash. Ryan Garcia is an exhibition fight. Not only to skip they mandatory and Sandor Morton, just to fight Ryan Garcia and be the B-side to that. It's the contradiction for me. Your biggest fight is against an exhibition fighter. That's what you said. And then y'all turn around and say it's the biggest fight in boxing right after with the guy that you said cheated you. Make it make sense. So now you're bigging up Ryan when you want to say it's the biggest rematch in boxing, but you want to tear him down when you try to say, oh, well, that's the only reason why we couldn't duck a left hook. It's the contradiction for me. Rolly Romero has gotten trashed. Rolly Romero is a rolling joke in boxing, and you are the co-main to him. And then when we say, well, I don't look at it as a co-main, if you are not the last fight, that is exactly what you are. I don't care how you look at it. It's an order to things. You can look at it however you want to look at it. The truth of the matter is the main event is Ryan Garcia. The two people that they put on the posters at the top who image gonna be bigger than everybody else's is Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. Unfortunately. So when you run with all of those narratives, you cannot be the co-main to two fighters that you was trashing. You and your fan base was trashing these two fighters, and now you are the co-main to them. No, that's nail in the coffin. Enough said. Oh, yeah, and then one more thing, y'all. And then to make matters worse, then Gervonta Davis fights in Barclays, the same place y'all just fought, and then does better than y'all against a guy that y'all said is the inferior competition. So you can't even outsell. Tank breaks live gates in the same building that you was in against an inferior competition.
Facts.
Okay.
I think somebody said something that was real interesting. I think it's very true. It can't get more demoralizing than being on a Ryan undercard.
But I think y'all making it way too much, way worse than it actually is. I
It is
personally,
way
I like
worse.
this card. I like the card. I like the fact you got 3 top level fighters headlining, co-maining, or whatever, however order you want to put it in. Okay, yeah, Ryan or Romero is the last fight. Cool, but at the same time, I mean, I think it benefits all 3 fighters because you get a card like this with 3 top names on it. It's only gonna bring more eyeballs, at least my opinion.
That
It's a plus. It's a win-win for everybody.
That part would be true in a
You got to get your ego out the way. Y'all sitting here,
but
saying how demoralizing it is, but is it demoralizing to him? Because I mean, if you getting a good chunk of some M's doing this, especially something you love, it ain't nothing demoralizing about that.
NHA, let me ask you a question, brother. If Devin Haney beats up Ryan Garcia, is he the co-main on this upcoming fight?
Probably.
Come on,
I want to get what you're saying. So you saying if Devin Haney would have beat up Ryan Garcia, he would still be the co-main on this card?
Oh, my fault. I thought you asked me if he would be like the headliner and shit.
Yeah, he would be the headliner, right?
If you asked me if you'll be okay with it.
No, I'm asking you if Devin Haney had beaten up Ryan Garcia in his next fight, would he be the co-main?
Co-main where?
In his next fight, NHA, if Devin Haney would have won and he get another fight, would he have been the co-main in that next upcoming card if he would have knocked out Ryan Garcia?
No, he wouldn't have. I don't think he wouldn't have.
So by definition, it's demoralizing because he took a step backwards.
He got beat.
Devin Haney, name me the last time Devin Haney was a co-main.
But he got beat, though. He got beat. He lost. So
no, NHA, but you said that you don't think it's demoralizing. Well, that can't be true, my good brother, because name me the last time that Devin Haney was the co-main.
Name me the last time Devin Haney lost.
What I'm saying, so then by definition, when we tell you that the reason why this is even worse after that, by definition, is demoralizing because he's going backwards, not forward. Demoralizing means something that's crumbling, something that is deteriorating.
How's he going backwards if he's still getting, I'm pretty sure he's getting paid a real good chunk of money.
A lot of fighters get paid a nice chunk of money. That don't mean that he would have been getting paid more. NHA is what I'm saying.
Okay, but he lost though. So
that's what I mean.
I'm pretty sure
lost and is getting paid less and has less popularity. So that means it was demoralizing because it hurt him.
I'm pretty sure he's upset that he lost. Is that what you want me to acknowledge?
No, I'm talking about period on a business side too. He has took a step backwards. Yeah, he probably still getting some millions, but he would have been getting more millions if he would have won. Yeah, his name is still out there, but it would have been more out there, especially out of Haney fans.
That goes without saying.
If he would have beat up Ryan Garcia.
I understand. That goes without saying. Yeah, he lost, and
none of this. So, Bob, what I'm saying to you, my guy, it is demoralizing because not only did all of that happen, but now you are the co-main to 2 fighters you was trashing. Devin Haney fans are the biggest reason that
Rolly Romero. That demoralizing, he would take the fight.
Hold on. Devin Haney fans are the biggest reason that people laugh at Rolly Romero. The whole Tank Ryan thing, that was pushed by Devin fans for the most part.
People laugh at Rolly Romero because he's really garbage and he's a clown. I mean, he's
then
funny,
he's garbage and
but
a clown,
he's
and
a
Devin
clown.
Haney is the co-main to him. You
He's
don't see
co-main to
how that's
Ryan, not
bad?
to. Come on, man. Now you're being disingenuous. So
That's not bad.
no.
You just said
Let
the
me
man
hold you
was
that. Let me
a
hold you that.
clown
If
and
Rolly
trash.
Romero was fighting anybody else other than Ryan, would he be the main event?
Wasn't Rolly
Thank you.
Romero and Pitbull Cruz the main event?
To what? And in the same
Hey,
card with
Manager
Dev?
Marty, can you stop me if I'm lying? Wasn't Rolly Romero and Pitbull Cruz the main event?
Yes.
So
I
then
think-
what you just said,
No,
not
no,
true.
no, no.
He has had another
no.
fighter.
Pitbull Cruz was the bigger fighter, bigger star.
Time out. I thought you was asking me about Tank and Rolly. You said Pitbull Cruz.
Was Rolly and Pitbull Cruz the main event, or was they the co-main? Because I can't remember that card.
No, they was the co-main to Sebastian Fedora and Tim Tszyu.
Tim Tszyu.
Okay, all right, yeah, okay.
But here's the point. Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, both fought Tank Davis, and they both lost to Tank Davis, correct?
By KO, yes.
Okay. They both are the main event. Two guys that lost to Tank Davis are the main event over an undefeated Devin Haney.
Who former undisputed
Ryan
champion.
is the main event. Ryan is the headliner, not Rolly.
No, I'm sorry. Let me reframe that. So Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero, they both have a loss from Tank Davis, right? Tank Davis beat both of those guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
They both are fighting each other in the main event. But Devin Haney is undefeated. By record, he's still undefeated. He's fighting on the undercard.
And Manager Marty, would make it worse is Rolly just lost to another guy, Gervonta Davis, beating Pitbull Cruz.
Yes.
That's what makes it even worse.
Hey,
So you
guys are reveling over really nothing.
Popularity.
It seems like you guys you're happy. He's at
we're not happy. We're not happy. We're telling the truth about what's going on. This is their product.
Like, bro, if Rolly was fighting against anybody other than Ryan Garcia, he would not even be on that card. Let's be for real. So let's stop saying that.
That's
Rolly.
Unfair to Rolly.
Now we can say that definitively.
Here's the thing, NHA. This is the point that I'm trying to make. We can say if all these are hypotheticals. The fact that remains to be seen here is that Bill Haney, he talks a lot of things. He says a lot of things. Right now, I gotta put it back on your screen so you can understand the point that I'm driving home. He's the CEO of DHP. He's the trainer of Devin Haney, 2-division champion and youngest 4-belt undisputed champion in boxing history. He's the boxing manager of the year in 2023. But he's complaining to Todd Grisham that Todd Grisham did not give his son accolades for his accomplishments, even though the ring announcer, Michael Buffer, did. But he was coming at Grisham for not doing it. But what I'm saying is, all those accomplishments are true for Devin, but that does not negate the fact that he's fighting in a non-main view event. That's the point that I'm making. In the business of boxing, because of all of this. That's the thing. It's like, if you're going to talk it, you got to walk it. It's nothing wrong. If you want to tune up, fine. You want to tune up, fine. But if you're your own boss, CEO of DHP Promotions, manager of the year in 2023, and the trainer of a 2-division world champion, undisputed in the boxing history as the youngest, you don't have to be subservient to anyone. Devin Haney has never been on the undercard as his ascension rose as a world champion. I mean, I know he's a world champion in recess, but he's still undefeated. He's on the undercard of Ryan Garcia versus Rolly. This is a fight that nobody even asked for. That's the point that I'm trying to make, NHA. Me personally.
Well, I get that, and I can I could try to flip it on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate to try to argue for Bill because I do believe Bill puts himself and his son in certain type of predicaments where he, some of these criticisms against him and his son are valid.
Yeah.
But to play devil's advocate, for lack of a better term, okay, as a manager or whatever he is, co-promotion, it's your job, your duty to put your fighter in the best position possible to get, and get paid the most.
This is not the
And
best
visibility.
position possible.
It actually is.
You gonna tell
my
him?
opinion is because he's on a card. Nobody's looking at him as an undercard other than his people who don't like him.
That's not true.
No,
You know what's interesting?
That's not true. Turkey
It
looking
is.
at him like that.
It is. Most people are looking at this card as like, okay, we got 3 top fighters on the same card, and it basically they're looking at it like a round robin type of card. Whereas the winner fights the winner and the losers fight the losers. We're looking at it like that. And not only that, I think them 3 being on the same card is only going to bring more exposure to that card in that fight. More eyeballs. That's putting your fighter in a good position. But I could be wrong. I'm not a manager.
NHA, I respect your perspective. You know what's interesting to me because of what you just said? Only in YouTube boxing, where people can tell the actual manager in boxing about how to manage. I just find that very interesting. Like, I don't come on other people's job and tell them how to do their job. I'm just saying, like, you talked about more money, right? Let's put this in perspective. If Devin Haney was the main event against Jose Ramirez, let's say in his backyard in Las Vegas, you know how much money? Because you remember, Vegas and LA, the West Coast, have a huge demographic for the Mexican community, especially in the month of May, right? So if Devin Haney was the headliner, the main event in his backyard in Vegas against a guy like a Jose Ramirez, who has the Mexican demographic that he can pour into, you know how much sponsor money Devin Haney could have gotten for DHP Promotions instead of being in the undercard where he's not getting any of the sponsorship money because he's not the lead promoter. That's what I'm talking about. But hold your horses. We got a guy, I got to double salute him. He's one of the most knowledgeable guys in the sport and the business of boxing. He's a personal friend of mine. My guy, Crown Jewel Boxing. What's up, big dog?
What's good, Manager Marty? I just want to hop on real quick. I don't have a lot of time, but I was the one that wrote the comment about him being demoralized, and I don't think anybody quite hit the point of why I said it was demoralizing for him to be on Ryan's undercard. And make no mistake, he's on Ryan's undercard. There's only one main event. You can word it however you want. The guy that the lights go out when he leaves the ring, that's the main event. Devin identified Ryan as a drug cheat. He identified Ryan as an alcoholic. He identified Ryan as a C-level fighter. He identified Ryan as a YouTube fighter or a social media fighter. He has said everything negative you can say about Ryan that could possibly be said. And his father has identified him as the face of boxing and the only real fighter on this card. And with all that being said, and we know the history of a guy that just cheated him, and you spent the last year trying to demoralize him and devalue him and come back on his undercard on Turkey, a guy who's financing it in Turkey, who's your Muslim brother and has identified himself as your guy and put you on his undercard, there's nothing more demoralizing. And the biggest mistake Bill is making is to Devin's psyche, because I don't care what the public says. In Devin's mind, he know he's playing second fiddle to Ryan. After all the injustices he just endured, he's playing second fiddle to Ryan, even as much to the press conference. Turkey is your guy, and your father can't sit on the stage with you, and everybody else has their representation with them. Turkey has made an absolute ass of Bill and Devin Haney after they've spent the last 2 years with pom-poms cheering for him and telling the world how great he is and how much he's going to do for the sport of boxing. And he's done absolutely zero for them up to this point. And when he finally does work for them, he's slapping them in the face. Again, horrible move as a manager by Bill Haney, and it's going to do even more to damage an already bruised ego of Devin Haney, who took a horrible ass whooping in this last fight. That's all I got right now because I'm on the move. Appreciate you, fellas. Salute to you, my brother. I'll be in the chat.
Crown Jewel, before you leave, Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
Can you please give us your most I love your most notable quote. Can you give us your famous quote that you say on your channel before you get off, my brother?
Absolutely. All my brothers, until the next time I see y'all, keep your hands up, your chin down, and your ass off the floor.
Salute, my guy. He comes right in like a bank robbery and get right out. Those are some of the points that I made earlier on in this live broadcast. And I love the fact that Crown Jewel Boxing came in and he gave his perspective. And it's irrefutable. There's nothing nobody can say to dispute the facts that Crown Jewel Boxing put out there. And I think what makes it so even more demoralizing, as we all say, is not just that, but listen to the words that Bill Haney said to Ty Grisham. If everybody can mute your phone, I'm going to go back to this because I want your perspective on this before we go. Because if you're going to talk as heavy as Bill talked to this guy, especially with all the facts that Crown Jewel just made and the facts that Dean made and the facts that Mr. Greg made, the facts that I made, the facts that Lucky McKinnell's made, and even Anton, who's not here, it's really hard to come back and humble yourself after these words. And these are the words of Bill Haney himself. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.
You're full of shit.
Me.
You're full of shit. And I hope that this is what you guys wanted to do. It's a circus act. Devin is a real fighter, and you showed no respect up there. You showed no respect for what he's done for boxing. He's a 2-division champion, an undisputed champion, and you're a piece of shit.
That's not kind of you to say.
Well, I mean, I'm just telling you the truth.
Well, why are the fans booing him then?
Well, I mean, that's because the part of it. That we are in LA. This is a great boxing market, right? But it's made up predominantly of Hispanic fans that cheer for Ryan Garcia, and that's quite all right.
Well, it's okay. It's okay to be the bad guy.
But listen, it's okay to be the bad guy, but it's not good for you to be the piece of shit that you are.
Well, explain what you mean by that.
Well,
what did I do specifically?
Well, you didn't describe him for who he was.
Michael Buffer introduced him.
No, but you on the stage, you painted Ryan Garcia as if he's won something. He's a PED drug chief. You never said that. That's really.
I did. I asked your son specifically if the punishment fit the crime. I asked your son that specifically, and he said he was at peace at it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the punishment is one thing, but how you describe what that fighter is and what he is, you didn't do.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I have the most respect for your son. I think he's amazing at it.
I don't think that you do. I think that you are political, right? You did just what you wanted to do, and you got it off. I mean, and that's what this promotion has been about. But number 9.
But we're trying to sell a fight here. You know this, right?
Well, you sell it right.
All right, here's your chance to sell it.
Right. You sell it right. March 2nd, Devin will come in, and he's going to be what he's going to be a better version of Devin Haney, just like you said.
There you go.
All right, those were the words of Bill Haney himself. Lucky McKinnell, what's your take on all the stuff that we've heard thus far, and then ending it with the words of Bill Haney to Todd Grisham? He said he's a piece of SHIT and amongst other things. What's your take on all that, Lucky? All right, maybe Lucky needs some more time. We'll come right back to Lucky. NHA Davis, I mean, what's your take on that, NHA?
Yeah, I think Bill definitely overreacted. I understand he was upset because, I don't know, maybe he felt like Grisham didn't list out all Dev's accomplishment, which is, he's entitled to that, but kind of went overboard a little bit without calling him a piece of shit and all that extra. But yeah, I mean, that's my take on that.
I got you. Mr. Greg, you still there, Mr. Greg?
Yeah, I'm here.
You heard the words that Bill Haney said on top of all of the points that you brought out and the points that was brought out thus far. What's your take on all of that? I mean, how can Bill Haney recover from all of that? The things that he actually said. Can he recover? I mean, with all the facts that was just brought up today on this platform.
It still comes back down to the perception. When I was talking about perception and performance, that's what Bill should have went to. He should have went to what what Devin is going to do in this fight going forward. You keep going back to wanting your son to be called everything that he is. He's accomplished, et cetera, but you constantly want that to be said. And then you want it to be said that Ryan is, in your opinion, a cheater. That's not helping you none, because you're supposed to be promoting your fight. You're not supposed to continually whine and moan about a fighter who we saw actually beat your guy, beat your son, you're supposed to talk about, in my opinion, what your son is going to do going forward. He's going to show you that he's the guy who's this accomplished. Yeah, I would acknowledge, yeah, there was a little hiccup and leave it at that. And then go forward. Here's what we're going to do to show you all. He's going to be better in the ring. He's going to show more dimensions. I'd have been playing up that part, but Bill has hurt feelings. He's hurt. He made him, in my opinion, he's probably recognizing he made a mistake by taking the fight like he did, because now his son is really has lowered himself in the perception of us. How many people are going to even wait to see that fight? You just never know how that's going to play out as well. Sometimes people leave before they see all the fights. Some people don't even come until the main event is coming on. So you got those aspects to consider as well about whether somebody sees you. But you're right. You're talking about Ryan, so people are going to, who is this Ryan? If they don't know him, they're going to be waiting to see what Ryan does, not looking to see what Devin does. So you have to put the perception back on what you want, how you want your son to be, but you talk about what he's going to do, not what already happened. So it's the hurt feelings. I'll reemphasize, it's that pimp mentality of grabbing the money as fast as you can. That sort of made you probably second guess yourself. So you went after, I guess you could call him a sports journalist, if you want to say that. He was already introduced. The journalists don't have to keep going over your accomplishment. The journalists are going to talk about, hey, what you going to do in this fight? Because that's the current event that's coming up. So if Bill takes some lessons from somewhere, if he talks to some public relations people, they show him something, he won't continue to make these mistakes where people get I know Dean thinks he's funny, and sometimes he is, but what he doesn't realize, and I'm not talking about Dean, but what Bill doesn't realize is a lot of the stuff that he says and the way he does it is not good. It really makes people dislike Ryan a little bit more, and then focusing on where he couldn't get out of the way of the left hook. I don't care how many times you call Devin Ryan a PED user, you'll go right back to that. Why couldn't he get out of the way of the left hook? Aren't you the trainer? Why aren't y'all making him better? What's going on with you? See, you'll clap back as opposed to listening to what he's going to be doing and saying, well, what have y'all been doing so you can do that? You'll get away from the negative stuff, but he don't understand how to do that yet. So that's kind of my take on what's going on.
That's for Roger. Dean, you still there, Dean?
Hey, Marty, I'm back, Marty.
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, hold on, Dean. We got Lucky back on the line. Lucky, did you hear the words of Bill Haney?
What words you talking about when he what happened? What you just play? I had to take a phone call. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I played the words that he said to Ty Grisham.
I did hear that.
Ty Grisham.
I heard that.
Yeah. So after all the stuff that we all discussed on the panel today, I mean, he called Ty a piece of S. Of course, Ty didn't acknowledge. I guess that Devin Haney has a lot of accomplishments and stuff like that. Michael Buffer, the ring announcer, actually did introduce Devin, but it seemed like Bill Haney was in his feelings. He I don't know if it was his ego that was bruised, but the bottom line is that he had a lot of choice words to say to Todd Grisham. What's your take on the things that he said, and can he recover, and can the image of Devin Haney recover after the words of Bill Haney?
I don't know about recovering. I just know that he's burning more bridges. That's all he's doing right now. He's burning more bridges with different promoters and different companies because he wants them to push a narrative that ain't true. And like I said earlier, he probably wish he was Will Smith on Men in Black with one of them devices. And he could sit here and flash it and make us all forget about that whooping his son took. But unfortunately, he don't have one of them devices. So we're not going to forget the whooping that his son took. He go around saying that his son makes more money than Tank. And probably speaking, he probably feel that his son is going to make more money than Ryan. Because he said his son is the biggest boss. The biggest boss in boxing. And it really reminds me of Rick Ross, who said he's the biggest boss in hip-hop. But somehow Rick Ross is about to open up for Bow Wow on the Millennium Tour. And I guess Rick Ross gonna tell us that he make more money than Bow Wow. It's just a funny situation. It's a bad year to be the biggest boss. That's just how I say it.
Excuse me for 1 minute. Did you just say that Rick Ross is opening up for Bow Wow?
Yes, he going on tour right now. He's opening up for Bow Wow. But everywhere you see him, he say, "I'm the biggest boss."
I don't think
I
Bow Wow
don't think
makes
I
more
don't
money.
think y'all understand how money works and shit.
Yes,
Oh,
we
I know how
do.
money works. I know who the top dog is also.
That's
If
Bill.
you think Bow Wow got more money than is a bigger boss or got more
No,
money than Rick Ross,
no, I'm
you
saying he's
tripping.
not getting paid more than Bow Wow for the tour. That's what I'm saying. I'm not
It's
saying
Bow
about how
Wow's
much he got in his
tour.
bank. Exactly. But why would he
Okay.
open up for Bow Wow? The biggest boss should have his own tour.
He you don't think he can have his own tour
Why
and
didn't
make
he?
and demand
Well, he tried to
I'm
have
not gonna
Hey,
have this
look,
argument.
it
he
ain't. I don't
tried
Okay.
to
want to go
have that
about. It
tour
ain't
for
about
Big
hip
Lee.
hop, but at the same time, it's the same thing Devin doing. Same thing, bro.
Nah, that's too totally. That was a bad correlation.
All right,
It's
hold on
just
for a minute. Let's get because I don't want the audience to be lost in translation. So,
okay.
Lucky, you brought up Rick Ross opening up for Bow Wow, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you trying to correlate that with Devin Haney being his own boss, according to what his dad is saying, that they're their own bosses, but they're on the undercard of a Ryan Garcia, or you're just talking about money wise? What you mean?
I'm just saying in general. If you're the biggest, all right, so you don't see Tank opening up for no fighters. You don't see him opening up for nobody. And the biggest boss in boxing, why would he be opening up for somebody? That don't make sense to me. And it don't matter what the other guy, what's his name? What's this guy on the chat?
Who?
Call me
Nah,
Grease Davis.
Davis that's on the chat.
NHA?
He, yeah, he want to say that it don't make sense, but at the same time, it does make sense. He's a fake boss. That's just all it is. His father
Okay.
is a fake boss. Same way with Rick Ross.
Wow. Hey, Dean,
Yes, sir.
you heard the words of Bill Haney. Bill Haney can be very colorful in his words and his commentary. I mean, he's called the guy Todd Grisham a piece of shit because the guy didn't acknowledge his son's accomplishments and the fact that I guess Todd Grisham didn't mention that Ryan Garcia is a drug cheat. I mean, he said some real powerful words, man. What's your take on what Bill said, man?
I'm gonna show y'all contradictory at his finest in real time. Bill Haney, it's so ironic that Bill said that he didn't name all his accomplishments and all of this stuff, right? He was like very upset. He was irate. Bill, what about when you was doing the same thing to Gervonta Davis and refused to acknowledge his accomplishments and was tearing him down and saying he hasn't done nothing in the sport of boxing? I mean, does that go the same way? I just want to know. I got questions like Manager Marty be saying, we need answers. Ain't that the same thing you be doing to Gervonta Davis? Or do I live on a different planet or something like that? Do you acknowledge all of his accomplishments and things he's done in the sport of boxing? I just want to know. 40 mil Bill, talk to me. I just want to know. So when Tank fans or people that support Tank come at you about that, you should agree with them then, right? Because you don't acknowledge none of his accomplishments and things that you do the same thing you just said. Matter of fact, you do it worse. You call him a monkey and put up his mug shots. You actually go further. So what would you call that? You know what I call that? Contradictory at his finest. People be looking at stuff from the wrong angle. He got caught contradicting himself in real time. Now, before any Bill Haney fans say that's not true, do you want us to roll a tape? Pretty sure Manager Marty has it in his archives.
You better
Pretty
believe
sure
it.
of that.
You better believe I do.
So, they're saying all that to say is, Bill Fuller, you know what? I let people talk that like to talk, because then you get to see how Fuller-ish they are. It's a reason I say that. He just got caught, going against everything he say you believe right there. The same way they got caught going against everything they say they believe. Oh, yeah, y'all. Did y'all see them on the plane with Teofimo Lopez? It didn't seem like they was enemies and all of that stuff there. I'm glad T.O. put that out there. And the biggest balls, it didn't seem like they was flying. Listen, I ain't even going to get into all that. All I'm saying is it seemed like Devin and T.O. was very friendly. So all of that stuff they be saying about T.O. ain't true. Another lie, another contradiction. But y'all go ahead. That's what I think. That's my perspective.
Dean, was they on a private plane, Dean?
It ain't look private to me. It looked like it was a bunch of people. It looked like it was first class. It looked like it was nice. The seats looked comfy. But I can tell you it was probably at least 50 to 60 people up on there. I can tell you that.
Oh, wow.
So, whatever y'all want to call that.
Double salute. Double salute to Danny Ash. I think this was from earlier. Danny Ash, thank you for your contribution and support to the channel. Danny Ash says, facts. Listen, y'all, this is the first time in a very long time that I went more than 3 hours, y'all. 3 hours, and I didn't even call out from work at Walmart and Target. I had to work both jobs today. So thanks for Bill Haney. Bill Haney came up here in the chat. It was confirmed that it was really Bill Haney. Are you all going to give me my credit as being the good manager or what? I mean, I managed to get half a snack up here. I managed to get half a snack. It started out with the product when I was sipping on the pre-workout nearly a year and a half ago. Then I got Rachel up here. Then I got Victor Conti up here. And now Bill Haney. I can't wait till Terrence Bud Crawford and Devin Haney come and see me. And Clarissa Shields, if you're watching, Clarissa. Y'all can come see me. If Bill Haney can come up in my chat, well, I mean, I did want him to click the link. But if he can come up, anybody can come up. Hopefully the next time Bill comes up, he click on that link so him and I can have a friendly business discussion. Fellas, I'm going to give all of y'all 30 seconds to give me your last final thoughts. We were 3 hours in. I appreciate everybody's time coming on the show. I'm going to start out with my guy, NHA Davis. Thank you for joining us, my brother. 30 seconds. What's your last words, my brother?
Good show. I mean, always good to chop it up with you, Marty. And I think y'all. I mean, I'm gonna say y'all need to cut Bill some slack, but I understand what it is, man. He kind of puts himself in this predicament, but he does a lot of good for his son. He does a lot. He's done a lot of good for the sport. So that's all I'm gonna say, man. The man is doing what doing what he's supposed to do for his son. He put his son in a very good position thus far in his career. Y'all can criticize, him being on his quote unquote undercard of a really good boxing card as a bad move. But that's yet to be seen. If it turns out it's a bad move, it's gonna play itself out. I mean, my personal opinion, I think it's not necessarily the best move, but it's not a bad move either. But that's all I got. Y'all be easy. Have a blessed rest of y'all weekend.
Appreciate you, big dog.
All right,
My man
NJ.
Anton had to jump off, take care of his business at work, and now he's back. Anton, what's up, man? You was on here earlier. I wanted to make sure you get your flowers and give us your 30 seconds as well as we close the show out, man. What you got for us? 30 seconds.
Yeah, man. My thing is, I just want to see moving forward, especially from the Haneys and they fans and everybody. Listen, man, even the Shakur fans, I just want them to judge all of these fighters the same. Hold everybody to the same standards. Once you do that, and some of these content creators talking about these fighters and they never lived the fighter's life and stuff like that, I think we should show more love to the fighters, but also hold them to the same standards. And if you hold them to the same standards, everything will be cool. The expectations will be clear across the board. But when you try to big Devin Haney up to shit on Tank or vice, whatever, all of that that's what's wrong today, man. So I'm a fan of the show, man, and I will definitely be back for the next show. I'm gonna start supporting. I don't know if you take Cash App or whatever, but I'll be here.
I appreciate it. And you look at the bottom of your screen.
I
Hey,
see it. I'm
listen,
about to screenshot it right now. I
I
got you.
appreciate it. And don't forget, Anton, I am the manager at Walmart, but I also have my EBT card and it's still food stamps on it. So all contributions are greatly appreciated, my brother.
My man. Hopefully I run into you at the fight, man.
You better believe it, my guy. Thanks for coming up. Hey, Dean, we might as well keep the pipeline going down Philly to Philly to Philly. We right here on 95 South coming down to Philly. Dean, what's your 30 seconds, brother? Talk to us.
All I'm gonna say is, man, I'm just glad. Like I told people, man, all of just time will tell, and everything gonna get exposed in due time, man. Like I said, at every point, I'm gonna sit up there and call out every single hypocrisy going on in boxing. I hear people talk about he do good for his son. Bill Haney is not the only person that is in his son's life. What about Lamont Roach, Dad? How much credit y'all give him for that? Oops, did I say that? My fault. It's just like I said, it just again, just any way to get up out of what they said. Bill can't feel no type of way because it's off of things he says. He ain't gotta say what he say. He ain't gotta move how he move. If you do, people gonna criticize it when they find out that you out here capping. And as grown ass men to act like we're wrong for that is insane to me. No integrity, no honor. Men supposed to stand on business and stand on their word. And if you get caught out here lying, you supposed to at least have enough integrity to be like, well, you know what, y'all, my fault, my bad, I was tripping. Y'all can't do that and get mad at people that call it out. Sorry, can't do it. 40 mil bill. You already know. I holla at y'all.
Appreciate you, Big Dean.
All right,
Always, my brother.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
Mr. Greg, thank you for joining us again, Mr. Greg. Appreciate you. 30 seconds, man. What's your last words, Mr. Greg?
Hey, it's always good to see the heavy hitters come on and give their opinions and their perspective and even share some information. I always look forward to that, and I enjoy the chats, either the panel and those who just stay in the chat. It's always good to see that there's real fans out here that actually are concerned about the fighters, are concerned about the sport, and will ask serious questions, even if it's about fighters that they favor, which is what we should all do. Bill, please come up. We'd love to hear you talk to Marty, see what he has to say. We'll be in the background watching. So I hope that next time you decide to peep in, you come on up so we can see what you have to say. I'm looking forward to all the fights that come, regardless of how they put together. I still will watch them. This fight that's coming up, I mean, everything we said was true. Bill does need to be held accountable for what he says. They did make some mistakes. The fights may be good fights regardless of what we think they may be, but we do know, as I said, there's a perception, and then there's going to be the performance. So if the perception is bad, perform better so you can change it. And that's all a fighter ever has to do. And I'll leave it at that.
Appreciate you, Mr. Greg. Very great perspective, of course. Appreciate you coming up, and I look forward to checking you out. Probably I'm gonna try to see if I can come back up here live this Sunday, 1:00 p.m. We're gonna see. I'm making no promises, but hope everybody's able to come back up. I'm gonna have an open panel, hopefully this Sunday at 1. Got some good boxing to talk about. Appreciate you again, Mr. Greg. We got my guy Lucky. Before you give us your last words and close us out, Luck, if everybody can look at the bottom of your screen, for all of you that's still live and live in color, I meant to do this earlier, but I got sidetracked with the audio I wanted everybody to play. I wanted everybody to hear as I played it, when people was coming in. Quartler Manis LLC, personal injury lawyers in the state of Pennsylvania and in the state of New Jersey. Please go on their website, wefightwewin.com, if you need any personal injury attorney to represent you in any type of situation. They cover a litany of different situations and not just automobile accidents, slip and falls, malpractice, construction malpractice. They do it all. And they are supporters and sponsors of this channel. In fact, I have used them on numerous of occasions for a litany of different things in the past 10 years that I've gone through in my personal life. And they've also been a blessing by winning not just my 2 cases, but also the cases of my friends and family members that I referred to them. So if you're in the New Jersey area or the Pennsylvania area, doesn't matter what the city is, they will represent you, and not just represent you, but they will fight, and not only fight as we do in boxing, but they will win. and I had to get them the quick plug. And of course, moving forward, you will start to see more of their advertisements and the videos that I will be publishing throughout the weekend. And come on back live and live in color right here on this Sunday at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We got some more boxing to talk about, open panel style. Those are my last words. I'm going to leave it to my guy. He's like family to me, man. Lucky McKinnell's, close us out. Give us your last 30 seconds, my brother. Lucky, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me, Marty?
All right, there you go, my guy. It's on you, big dog.
Yeah, man, I just want to say, man, for all the Devin Haney fans, just make sure you show up early to the fight or order the fight and make sure you watch it early because he will be on early. He will not be on late. And that's it. Good night.